of the ancient mysteries. The tablets translated in this work are 10 which were left in the Great Pyramid in the custody of the pyramid priests. The 10 are divided into 30 parts for the sake of convenience. The last 2 are so great and far-reaching in their import that at present it is forbidden to release them to the world at large. Really?
Yep, you can't see them, Josh.
Now, I didn't know that. So the last 2 tablets, let me get this straight.
Get them.
The last 2
Get them, motherfucker.
emerald tablets at top are so great and far-reaching in their import that at present it is forbidden to release them to the world at large?
You should go find them, Josh.
I'd like to have you release them to me then, please.
Me too.
Let me decide if I can handle it or not. Let me decide if, it's too big for me to wrap my mind around. Please challenge me. Blow my mind.
I made a pipe yesterday and it broke.
What you got?
So I'm smoking out of it today.
Let me decide for myself if you're going to
How you doing, Lauren? Yeah, it's pretty.
However,
it's broken.
Contained herein
it should be fine though for 1,000 years.
To the serious students.
It's just broken. I can't sell it.
It should be read not once,
I'm not going to fix it. I don't fix broken pipes.
Only thus can the true meaning be revealed.
Not unless there's somebody else's.
A casual reading will give glimpses of beauty.
That would be a second-hand product.
An intensive study will open avenues of wisdom to the seeker. But now, a word to how these mighty secrets came to be revealed to modern man after being hidden so long.
Right there.
Some 1,300 years BC, Egypt, the ancient
I call that a gooch.
was in turmoil, and delegations of priests were sent to other parts of the world.
But it looks good.
Some of the pyramid
everywhere else.
Who carried with them
pretty cool design
as a talisman by which they could exercise authority over the less advanced priestcraft of races
How you doing this evening?
Other Atlantean colonies.
I'm doing good. I got a new pipe.
To give the bearer authority from top. The particular group of priests bearing the tablets immigrated to South America, where they found a flourishing race, the Mayans, who remembered much of the ancient wisdom.
How you doing, Rebel? It's a little bit of a break. It broke all the way through.
In the 10th century, the Mayas had
I still got
and the tablets were placed
this whole side. It ain't broke.
Of the sun god.
That one is right.
After the conquest of the Mayans by the Spaniards, the cities were abandoned and the treasures of the temples were forgotten. It should be understood that the Great Pyramid of Egypt has been and is still a temple.
Not too bad though. I got a new pipe.
Jesus, Solomon, Apollonius, others were initiated here. The writer, who has a connection with the Great White Lodge,
it would have been nicer in my case or sold, but I'll take it. It happens. It happens. Like I said, I never count anything until it comes out to kill them. And I inspect it.
He was given permission to translate.
Wait till you hear what else I did the other day.
This was done in 1925, and only now has permission been given for it to be, in part, published.
Remember the radiology tags we did? Right. This one? That one's perfect. This one, however, I put her a middle initial on instead of the fucking first. So I got to redo it. Duh. I was just packing them up today and I was like, that's not right. I don't even know how I did that shit. But there it is. I'm telling y'all, I'm King Fucktard. I had it written right in front of me too. I do not know how in the fuck I fucked that up. But I did.
Characters which respond to attuned thought waves, releasing the associated mental vibration of the mind of the reader. The tablets are fastened together with hoops of golden-colored alloy suspended from a rod of the same material. The wisdom contained therein is the foundation of the ancient mystery. And for the one who reads with open eyes and open mind, his wisdom shall be increased 100-fold. Read, believe, or not, but read. And the vibration found therein will awaken a response in your soul. The following pages
Yes.
will reveal
I don't get all upset when I'm a fucktard. I just accept it.
Man's search for understanding of the law
It is what it is. Can't do anything about it.
has been unending, yet always just beyond the veil which shields the higher plane of material man's vision. The truth has exited, ready to be.
I had a feeling yesterday when I made this it was going to break.
Outward, not outward,
Because
in their search.
I pushed too hard in the center
In the
here
silence of material senses lies the key to the unveiling of wisdom.
when I was sealing the
He who
pipe.
talks does not know. He
It's
who
sealed,
knows
though.
does not talk. The highest knowledge is unutterable. For it exists as an entity in lanes which transcend all material words or symbols. All symbols are but keys to doors leading to truths. And many times the door is not open because the keys.
So tonight I'm going to focus on hand pipes, I think. I got 2 of them warming up in the kiln already. I've been working all day today, actually. I ate up all that oxygen I had yesterday, or left over from yesterday. And I got a new tank tonight. I was making a bunch of points and got a bunch of marble starts going, a bunch of blanks. This one's going to be a vortex. These 2 are going to be, I don't know. We'll figure out what they're going to be.
As a material being. The great aim of the mystery schools has been to reveal the workings of the law which connect man and the material and the spiritual. The connecting link between the material man and the spiritual man is the intellectual man. The mind partakes of both material and immaterial qualities.
This one did. This one broke yesterday in the kiln. Right there.
All powers of his being on and in the plane he desires.
On that one side of the donut. Broke right in half. In the kiln. Yep. I never count them until they come out of the kiln. And if they come out of the kiln like that, I ain't fixing it because that would be secondhand to me. I could fix it, but I'm not going to give somebody a fixed pipe. I will fix your pipe if it's sentimental. It'll probably cost you as much as fucking a brand new pipe, but I can fix it. It's Pyrex. Now, if it was any other kind of glass, you couldn't fix it.
Consciousness awakens the deep-seated understanding, which is an inherent quality of the soul.
Nope, I didn't drop it. It just came out like that. And when I was making it, I had a problem sealing the center, and I pushed it a little bit too hard, and I knew I gooched it. I was like, oh fuck, that's probably gonna break. And it did. It did.
Lee Bramley, Gonzalez, Oscar Van Key, now Toff, and especially rock formation. This is key. I plan on bringing as many of these types of things on the air for you.
It's all right. Now I got a new 3-hole. It's prettier than my other one. Way prettier. I got a lot of work in that motherfucker right there. This is going to change incredible colors. I got 420 in the bowl. I mean, I pimped this one out. It's got metallic colors that are going to glitter and all kinds of shit. So, yeah, I'm happy with my new pipe.
In the great city of Kior on the island of Umdal, in a time far past, I began this incarnation. Not as the little men of the present age did.
And it hits so nice. It's almost as if it wasn't broken at all. Now, eventually it may snap apart, especially if I go dropping it too much. I'm going to hope it doesn't run up the pipe. It looks like it's circular, but it goes all the way through too.
And the men of Kim shall now.
Who knows? It might last me the rest of my life.
But in the time of born, I was mighty and potent, requiring an accounting of those left behind me.
It might fall apart tonight.
Beware, O men of alchemy, if ye have falsely betrayed my teaching, for I shall cast ye down from your high estate.
Oh, I have plenty of reminders. I have a wall of shame over here.
Betray not my secrets to the men of the north or the men of the south, lest my curse fall upon
Broken
you.
piece.
Remember and heed my words,
Another,
for surely I will return
another
again
broken
and
piece.
require thee that which in guard. I, even from beyond
I have our
time,
coffee
beyond
mug from
death,
last
I will
night.
return.
It's not on the wall of shame. Well, it is, but it's sitting there waiting for guts.
Sound familiar here?
I got plenty of broken stuff.
Jesus, come back. Don't come back. If you ain't got your shit together, he's gonna kill you. Sound familiar? Healing God's
This one's an old broken thing. It's pretty, so I kept it. It's a little cup.
Great were my people in the ancient days, great beyond the conception of the little people now around me.
I'm weird. I keep broken glass that I made.
Seeking far within the heart of the knowledge that belongs to earth.
I got a little collection of broken glass once in. I mean, really, it's kind of weird. Nah, it's weird. I've got a collection of broken glass. I mean, come on. On the face, that's fucking crazy. I mean, somebody come up and say, hey man, you want to see my collection of broken glass? Nah, it's all right. I've plenty of broken glass. Fuck. I know I'm weird. I accept it. Oh shit. But it is pretty. It's pretty broken glass.
Few there were among the children of men that looked upon that mighty face and lived. For not as the sons of men are the children of light, when they are not incarnate in a physical body. So when they're not in a physical body, they're just light beings.
Yeah, I'm not an artist. I just make stuff. I have fun over here melting glass.
That's what comes down and.
Yes, it can. This kind of glass can. It's the only kind of glass that can be. I can rekiln this 100 years later and rework it. I can make it into something different. Every other kind of glass that I am aware of will revert back to sand and crumble inside the kiln, warming up.
Chosen was I from the sons of men, taught by
yeah, it's
so that his purposes might be fulfilled.
Boresilicate.
Purposes yet unborn in the womb of time.
Crazy stuff. I could fix this pipe. I won't. It would be secondhand stuff. I don't sell secondhand shit. You know, to me, it would. It'd be perfect. It'd be okay. It'd probably last 1,000 years, but I won't do it. It's got to come out perfect the first fucking time, or it don't get sold.
Free was I from the halls of Amenti, bound not by death to the circle of life.
Sometimes it forms into art. Depends on what I'm doing.
Transcending the death of the physical body. That's the real secret.
This turned into broken glass. And it wouldn't be art in my head. It'd be a pretty pipe. Really pretty pipe when it colors in. I can't wait. Woo, it's gonna be pretty. But yeah, it's broken. I don't care. If I smoke enough out of it, the crack will disappear. Because the resin will come up in it and sit in there. And you won't see it unless you clean it again.
Interesting. There was an article I didn't cover here tonight. Synchronistically, yet again. Just been synchronicity after synchronicity.
And you actually got to kind of look at it to see the crack. I think it's going to run. I don't know. We'll see. I'm going to enjoy smoking out this motherfucker anyway until it does. But you can see it's starting to change colors on the bottoms already. Look at that shit. That's crazy. That's going to look nice.
As I've said many times, we have a context for what these, the advanced technologies that these Asian techs were talking about 50 years ago, we didn't, 100 years ago, we didn't.
I want to see this deeper start to color in here too. That's going to look sick. And then the top up here with all that metallics.
We're only in the search for truth. Could my soul be still and the flame within be quenched? I'm gonna get a tattoo of that. Yeah, that's my credo right there.
He's doing good.
We're only in the search for truth. Could my
He's upstairs playing his
and the flame within be quenched. Down through the ages I lived, seeing those around me taste of the cup of death and return again.
I can't think of it now. That one that all the kids played, it's Square. Everything's square. He looks like he got a watermelon hammer running. Minecraft. That's it. He's upstairs playing Minecraft right now. I'll let him have his computer for the night. Get busy. He's doing essays today, this afternoon, this morning.
This is an interesting statement. That's like, one collective consciousness.
He's got one computer he can't do anything but schoolwork on. It's locked out of all kinds of different websites and shit. And then I've got his silver one that I just got him last year for his birthday. And that one's fucking full throttle. He can go out there and play his games and shit. Watch porn, whatever.
This word has no English equivalent. It means a state of detachment. Speaking
bad guy.
The sons of Menti heard and are hearing and directing the changing of the flower of fire.
Yeah, he doesn't like essays too much.
Burns eternally, changing and shifting, using the logos.
That's why I took his silver fucking computer from him, because he told me he was doing essays and he wasn't for a whole week. I was like,
now, what were they talking here? They talking here deep in the earth, in the heart of the earth.
You what? So let me ask you something. He's like, oh.
That's interesting.
Oh, poor kid.
Then broke the great waters.
He's got to deal with me every day.
Standing on the great mountain of Indal, some there were who were living, saved from the rush of the
oh shit! He knows what he's busted to. He can't lie to me. I taught him how to talk. For fuck's sake.
Across the waters until you reach the land of the hairy barbarians, dwelling in caves of the desert.
Yeah, he's really good at English. He's better at reading than he is at fucking writing. Well, I mean, he's good at writing, but he doesn't like it. He doesn't like writing stories or whatever. But yeah, I caught him slacking off all week. I was like, give me that thing. He was like, oh, really? Yeah. And while you're at it, give me that switch. Because he had the switch sitting there too. And I was like, I thought this was school time, kid.
Lifted in anger, seeking to slay and utterly destroy the sons of Atlantis. Well, you gotta watch that movie, 2000 BC. You hadn't seen that.
Yeah, he doesn't get away with much.
Pretty interesting.
That's why I mean, poor kid. He knows better than fuck around. He's a good kid. I've never had a beat on him or anything. Just
You know,
Fucking
what do you guys have to say about this?
take away shit. That's a good one. Just take away shit.
Here we have the same verbatim that's in Scenario Jack.
And I will still hold his ass to the wall with a fucking penny. Started him out with that at 3 years old. Give him a penny, make him hold that shit up against the wall, and if it drops, see, 1 minute for every year old you are. His punishment kept getting longer and longer and longer. And if you drop the motherfucking penny, guess what? Clock starts all over, biatch. Pick that penny up and put it on the wall, boy. He'd be like, yeah, I bet you learn how to pay attention, though, and concentrate on that thing. Hold it there. He is. It's because I've had him staring at walls all his life.
I cowed him by my display of magic science until at my feet they groveled and I released them.
This has been one of my favorites right there. He gets out of control. It's time to put the control back on him and hand him some change.
Sent them in any direction, back from the womb of time wisdom, they might rise again in her children.
You can try to fool the old man. Sometimes he doesn't try too often. He gets caught a lot. Not a lot, dude. I mean, whenever he does. Fuck, I live here. I know what should be happening. And if it doesn't happen, I need to know why. I'm the principal. They don't even go to school around here anymore. I've always been the principal. That's another thing. I didn't subject him to homes or to fucking public school until he was 12 anyway. He ain't late. What's up, Daniel? Perfect timing. We're just getting started. I got a new pipe. Yeah, I made it yesterday. It broke in the kiln. You got a break on the back end of it. I gooched the donut hole. But boy, it hits nice. And it's going to be pretty.
Raised over the passage. I raised over the passage a mighty pyramid.
Yeah, no, you don't learn much. You learn a bunch of lies. My son come home one day, he says, Dad, they said your medicine is bad at school. And I was like, well, get on your computer. You know how to look up stuff. I said, you tell me. He got on his computer. About 20 minutes later, he comes up to me and says, well, he's like, they lied. So there you go.
Oh, really? You know what I talked about last week?
He can research his own shit. It's 'cause I make him research his own shit. I'll do just like I do with you, y'all. All right, go over there and look at it. Put it in your search bar. Don't ask me. But I want him to be able to do that shit when I'm not around. You know what I mean? You got to be able to think for his fucking self, or he's gonna be really shit out of luck.
That's exactly what Tom talked about. And if you watch that video, it will show you exactly what you just mentioned there, which is a map on keys for way to enter Minty. Well, that's it right there. There's videographic evidence of it. They set a camera in 1992. Nobody knew what the fuck it was. But that's what it was.
Yeah, use a different search engine, different browser.
It's right.
If you can't find it on one, check out all fucking 5.
It's all built into the pyramid. They're going to short them.
One of them usually got it, and a bunch of it. When you find it, like I'll go up on MSM or something and find something you can't find on Google. It's like maybe I'm just searching wrong. No. Yeah, government's fun.
Lie in the sarcophagus of stone.
Yeah, that's one of them. DuckDuckGo, Firefox, or fucking MSM, Google. I use Google mainly. It does show most everything. But some things you gotta get on like DuckDuck or Firefox or one of the other ones.
In it, I builded my knowledge of magic science, so that I might be here when again I return from a meeting. Yes.
Ask Jeeves.
Will incarnate Romans 3. I will dwell among thee again in this form.
Yeah, there's a bunch of browsers, and if you can't find it on something and you know it exists, you definitely on the track of something. You should check out another browser. But yeah, I mean, what the fuck is that? So it takes fucking a minute. Even if you guys shut down, open and fucking another one, it takes a whole minute to find what you're looking for, and people can't do that nowadays. That's and most everything is a fucking 0.01 of a second fucking search, and you got 500 million fucking hits. Oh fuck.
Now before me, I go down into the darkness of night.
I figured everybody was doing that shit on here. Geniuses running around. Shit. Motherfuckers, man. The age of information and their fucktards. I mean, like, rampant. Just like a zombie fucktard disease and shit. It's crazy.
Past time in space time, the children of light look down on the
Just browse randomly. That is kind of crazy. I didn't even know there was a button like that. Don't tell me where it is. I don't care. Obviously, I don't need it.
We are they who are formed from the space dust. Living in the world as children of men.
I don't look at Google. I look on Google. I don't even know how to get in my settings sometimes. I gotta sit there and take me an hour to figure out what the fuck I'm doing over there. Yeah, it's willful ignorance. I call it willful ignorance, Lauren.
The other spaces.
Being accustomed to told what to do. That's a good one, Nick.
They then builded the halls of Amenti, that they might eventually dwell there.
Yeah, Rebel, that's what I mean. You gotta supplement your kids' education at home, or they're fucked. Those kids are just fucked. If they allow them, if a parent allows them to just go and get their education totally from fucking school, that child's future is fucked. They ain't going to be able to read cursive. They're not going to be able to do math right. They're going to fucking on and on and on and on and on.
Place so that they were bathed in the radiance, filled with the life from the eternal light. There, time after time, they placed their first created bodies, so that they might be filled with the spirit of life. 100 years.
I know, Lauren. What are you gonna do? Let it, you know,
There in the
I'm not gonna
day on
change.
day,
If that's what they want, that's what they want, and that's not my place to tell them what to want. So that's where I mean, like, if I can't get through to somebody, I don't spend too much time on it. I'm on to the next person.
Into the bodies of men, teaching and guiding onward and upward, out of the darkness into the light. There in the hall of life, filled with their wisdom,
Rotary phone, they can't figure it out. Yeah, I know.
Forever neath the cold. Fire of life sit the children of light. Times there are where they awaken.
Yeah, you and me both. I wouldn't. Well, you know, you'd be lost without it. Yeah, some days I have a hard time fucking getting on it. Just, I don't want it.
Free of the flower of light and of light. Guided he then by wisdom and knowledge, passes from man to the master of life. It's almost like a song. It's rhythmic almost.
You're right with emojis. Shit.
You put this stuff to music.
Yeah. What are you gonna do? There's 7 billion people. If you run into a fucktard that wants to remain a fucktard, well.
There he may dwell as one with the masters, free from the bonds of the darkness.
What are you gonna do with that? Let him be a fucktard. Have fun. Have a nice day. Never mind, I said nothing. I'm a freak. Have a good day. I'm serious. I'm a dead ass fucking freak. You should probably not pay attention to a word I say and just walk away. Because I don't give a fuck what you think about me. I really don't. I never have, really, because I know that at some point you're going to turn around and see I'm not fucking crazy. The moon's doing cartwheels and it shouldn't be. Simple as that. Simple as that. Because I know it's not politics. See, politics is all opinion. The moon doing cartwheel ain't. That's a fact that you can't unsee. You can't unhear. You can't. Even if you don't want to fucking hear it, you're gonna fucking see it now because it's that seed is planted in your head, and then you're gonna be like, and then a few days later you're gonna be like, God damn it! Now I gotta go talk to Laura, find out what the fuck she was talking about because that moon is doing some weird shit. And that's how it happens. And a lot of people don't have that miracle because they're over there trying to tell people, oh yeah, fucking Trump, or oh yeah, fucking Biden, or fucking the weather, or the fucking quakes. And we've always had quakes and politics and war and famine and disease, but we've never had a cartwheeling, fucking confused, confounded Isaiah 24:23 moon. Okay, because one of the most common from a common sense sort of view, because they've heard a lot, they'll come at you. Well, everybody's always thought that it was their time throughout history. I'm like, yeah, but they didn't have that, and that's a pretty big deal. It's a pretty big fucking deal right there. So. Knowing in the context we do that they wrote this in pre-knowing, guess what? They knew this was going to happen. They wrote about it. We know what's going to happen. And fucking, guess what? Our moon's doing fucking cartwheels. That's what time it is. Each step thou takest heightens the mountain. All of thy progress but lengthens the goal. Approach ye ever the infinite wisdom. Ever before thee was seen. Poor Jackie. I've been doing it for 10. And it's not just crazy now. It's like I'm narcissistic. I'm all kinds of things. People want to call me everything but an asshole. I am technically a fucking asshole. I've made videos explaining why I'm an asshole, how I'm an asshole, what to look for in an asshole. Okay? You usually find a whole bunch of shit, and I'm fixing to throw some at you. You fuck with my ass. Damn it. I'm not a narcissist. I fuck up all the time and I make videos about it. Narcissists, by definition, don't do that shit. It's anti-narcissist. So go learn the definition before you start calling somebody names. It's driving me nuts. God. Guide of the way from life unto life. Before thee I bring a son. Yeah, I admit my own bullshit when I don't have to. I didn't have to tell you guys I fucked up that fucking thing. I could have just made it today when I was offline, but I didn't. Because y'all saw me do it. I had to share it with you. So look, remember that? Yeah, I fucked it up. Remember this? Yeah, I fucked it up. See how it works? I just don't fuck up too often. When I do, it's pretty good. It's a pretty good fuck up. Well, I do laugh at my own bullshit. It's because I'm fucking human. Watch me fuck up. That's what I say. You know, I would watch this channel just to watch, see how long it's going to take me to fucking cut myself or drill a hole into my fucking hand with a fucking sharp piece of glass, or how long it's going to take me to grab a hold of some fucking magma. I'd be throwing bets down. I'd be like, I got him 10 minutes after he lights the torch. He's cutting and fucking burning. So, both on a hot piece of glass. I mean, some Vegas style shit going on. You got odds. Existing forever, changing yet living from death into life. When they have bloomed into flower, reached the zenith of growth in their life, swiftly then said, I send my veil of darkness. There's only wrong when you is wrong about being wrong. That's some good shit. That's some good shit. Motherfucker, you either right all the time or hard to live with, or both. Only an obstacle I am in the pathway, quick to be conquered by the infinite light. Now, see, I'll admit when I'm wrong, but I'm still hard to live with. I am hard as fuck to live with. I can't even live with myself sometimes. Drive myself crazy. Until at last was nothing but light. Yeah, you have to laugh at yourself. And if you laugh at somebody that can't laugh at themselves, you know, that's hard to live with. I've had that before. Good stuff. Memories keeping me a monk. Oh my God. Spoke he then with words of great power, saying, it was like every time I get around a pretty female, I go right on the defensive. I'm looking for reasons not to talk to them. Oh, great master, let me be a teacher of men. Can't help it. It's self-defense. And I still haven't grown like fond of a hairy face. I'm a monk. I'm happy being a monk. I really am. I swear to God, it's fucking very fulfilling and peaceful. I've had my kid to fucking fill my time, you know. But yeah, I had this. He's got a math teacher. I think she's like 30. At the most 35. Apparently she likes me. She is hot. She's hot. Yeah, we was in Walmart. I thought it was one of his little fucking high school kids. And she said, "Hi, Seamus." And I heard her say something about sexy. And as much attention I was paying her, I just grabbed hold of Seamus and gave him a little hug. I said, "You ready to go?" And we was walking away. And when we got in the car, I was like, "She called you sexy, dude." He looks at me and says, "Dude, that was my math teacher. She was talking to you." I was like, "Oh shit." And I totally just fucking walked away. I didn't even say hi. I didn't even say fucking hi. But that's okay. What kind of woman calls you sexy in the middle of fucking Walmart in the long ass fucking line of people? I don't even know her name. So kind of, you know, that's that's trouble right there. I was like, red flag. Drive away a little faster. Well, I mean, that was a first. I'm sorry. I mean, I'm version of dating. It ain't happening. Oh God. Oh. But it's a funny not happening because I mean I'm cool with it. It's like my choice that it ain't happening. Obviously, I got a math teacher around that wants an apple. But I mean, seriously, she's obviously got some. Yeah, I'm probably 20 years older than her. That's scary in itself. That's scary in itself. That's fucking red flag number two. But that's a big red flag. I mean, big one. It's like fucking horizon, red flag. I'm like, fuck. She got daddy issues. But I mean, she's a school teacher. What the fuck is that all about? A math teacher too. Dingley cover for the teacher. Nah. Well, that's another thing. She's one of my kids' teachers. That's kind of awkward. Yeah, it was a little strange for me once I like thought about it. I was like, wait a minute, the fuck. But then again, also, okay, here comes a disclaimer, because I know there's people from this town that fucking watch this show. Watch me, probably like this. Oh, what's he gonna say about La Junta now? Well, you ready for this? I live in about a 6,000 person town, and there ain't a whole lot of fucking pool in the genie. That's all I got. Well, I don't go out much because I might be seen. You know? Oh God! I told you about the cook I used to work with, right? Something wrong with that boy, and he ain't the only one. But that's all around. What can I say? I'm working at this place. I was thinking about quitting, putting in my 2-week notice. I'm gonna unname it. And this fucking guy, he's like, "Why are you fucking quitting?" Because I used to call it the cushy job. And it was a cushy job, man. Be standing there making little sandwiches for fucking $12 an hour. Fucking cushy job, man. I'm all like, fuck, okay. Make me some fucking sandwiches. It's minimum wage out here. I was like, make me some fucking sandwiches. Fucking $12 an hour. Yeah, let's do this. Fucking push a broom. I can do that too. I was happy as fuck. And he's like, well, why you want to quit? Well, I was like, because I had stumbled upon this. And I was trying to explain to him, well, I found, because when we first, I had found some people that it was helping them with their sick children communicate, Down syndrome, stuff like that. And I was like, I need to devote more time into it because this can help kids, help people. And he's, we're all in the same boat. We're all going to die, was his response. I'm like, well, here's what I said. I said, well, if I had information that would help your kids, wouldn't you like to know about it? Dude, he started throwing shit, screaming at me, fucking talking about, I'm the dad. I'm the dad. I make the fucking decision. I'm the fucking dad. I'm all like, I quit. I'm not working with a fucking conversation over. I don't need the job. I enjoyed it, but I was already contemplating fucking quitting. And then all of a sudden he starts fucking acting like a fucking. Here's the thing. This guy has guns tattooed across here and the ordinance across his fucking face like that. That's kind of gene pool I live with around here in this small town. So I know what happened. I spoke too many words in a row. And the motherfucker got confused, obviously, thinking I wanted to be DSS with his fucking kids. When I was asking him a hypothetical, if I had information that could help, I don't even know if his kids are sick or not. He just fucking started throwing a fit. Give a fuck. I'd been working with him for 6 months. I don't think his kids was sick. I think he's just a fucking moron that fucking, I don't know where he got crossed. But he started acting like he wanted to fight. And I told him right there, I said, Jason, you need this job. I don't. So you can keep it. I'm going home. Yeah. I mean, we was having a fucking conversation and he blew off. I was like, dude, I'm fucking working with a bunch of fucking ignorant apes. I'm not very good at that. Obviously. So I left. What's up, TK? Well, like I said, I don't get out much. Stay at home. I don't even shop in my grocery store over here. They piss me off. Fucking bitch. Right there at the beginning of the COVID. Because they're a family-run business. They'd already pissed me off several times. I'd walked into the Safeway over here and walked out without milk. Pissed. Several times. Well, they're family-run and they're the hoity-toity fucking family of the 6,000 people town. Nobody gets in there unless you're family. This is what the buzz is around the town. Because I'll tell people I don't even go in there. They're like, oh, I don't go in there anymore either. And they'll tell me about the place because they're from here. And I'm all like, oh, damn. No wonder I don't like that fucking place. Those people are fucking like they're in a club. Of course, they're family. So I'm standing in line, and this guy Dave is ringing up my shit, and I'm noticing not one of the discounts is coming off of my shit, which is normal. And he's got like 8 people behind me, and I said, just no, so you're gonna have to ring up all the discounts because they ain't coming off, Dave. And he started yelling at me. He's like, "Well, it's not my fault." I was like, "I didn't say it was, dude." So I imagine it's Joe's fault because he's the one that programs the fucking computers. But I was just telling you, Dave. He starts telling me, "Oh, well, you're lucky we're even in here. All this COVID shit, it's real hard." I said, "Motherfucker." I said, 4 million people just lost their fucking job and you're sitting here fucking whining like a little fucking cunt. I said, now what you can do is give me my money back, you fuck. Boy, that started some problems with the fucking manager lady. I didn't even know she was the manager. I thought Joe was the fucking store manager. I didn't even know that woman worked. I'd never seen her in 5 years. Oh my God. Me and her stood there and exchanged spittle the whole time she was counting out my fucking money. Mm-mm. I was pissed. I ain't never been back in there. And then the only other grocery store in this town is Walmart. Remember what happened with Walmart, right? They sent all your money back and told you was victim of fraud. Yeah, I haven't been in there since. They sent back people's money that I had already sent product to. Because I'll do that if you're a repeat customer. You'd be like, "Oh, yeah, I want this here. I'm sending it out," and you send me the tracking number. I'm off. Most of the time, I'll sit around wait for the money order, and you know, oh yeah. But if you're so yeah, I know Walmart. They're money to money, dude. They couldn't even tell me why that had happened. They're like, I don't know. You've got the most extensive fucking use of this service, impeccably clean, that I've ever seen in my life. This is a lady in legal inside their finance department telling me, I don't know what the fuck, why you're flagged, what the hell's going on. She couldn't tell me. And then I couldn't get a hold of her after that. So I know what happened. Government found out what I was doing and they put a stop to it. That's why I can't have a PayPal or bank account and all that shit. Doesn't work for me. I'm sure Snowden's got a really nice one. He's not a real fucking whistleblower. It ain't red tape. It wasn't nothing about the red tape. It was totally illegal tampering done by our government because they don't want me to be able to pay my power bill. Well, that stopped since I started reading hieroglyphs. Like I said, I haven't had problems like I was because I'm convinced they learn more from me than the average viewer. So they decided to back off. Maybe they're learning something. I don't know. Maybe they got plans for later. Yeah, well, exactly. After the initial contact with their legal department, all of a sudden I couldn't get a hold of their legal department. Just all of a sudden can't connect you over there. No, they started giving me the runaround. I know they were covering their own tracks because fucking the government did that and they knew what happened. They've been told what happened, told fuck that guy. And that's what they do. They fuck that guy. I'm only one guy. There's 300 and some million people that shop at Walmart every day. So yeah, I just don't go back in there. I threw a fucking holy fit at the manager, at the fucking women behind the counter, and I told them I ain't never fucking coming in there, and I really meant it. They fucking slandered my ass. I didn't fucking. They could have just sent back the money. They telling people they was victims of fraud. I don't need that kind of fucking shit. I don't fraud nobody. Well, it said may have been, you might have been, because there was so many transfers in there. You know, that it raised a red flag with GovCode. They were like, oh, it's him. Flag it. And that's exactly what happened. We all need to be of straight heart. If you're not of straight heart, you're not going to go to mom's heart. You won't be called. Work on that. Work on your heart. Work on your frequency. Work on loving everybody and forgiveness and forgiving even the fucking evil bastards. Even though they piss you off and hurt you. Always keeping in mind, though, you're allowed to defend. Don't let them lead you to the guillotines. Well, yeah, everybody's being squeezed, and that's on purpose. They've got this unemployment shit shut down in all these states. The federal shit's there, but it's not. You know, they keep everybody tagging along. It's been like 6 weeks now for all these unemployments around the nation that have shut down. And that's on purpose. I mean, Christ's sake, we've seen them literally planning for this for decades. As we look back on it, we can see step by step how they planned for this for decades. You think they missed this point, or you think it might be on purpose? I think they want to make the suffering worse, of course. They ain't telling everybody we had 2 foot corn this year. A lot of you have had your heart in the right place from the get go. Hi, Anya. How are you this evening? Yeah, there's nowhere to run, so I would learn how to stand strong. There is nowhere to run. This is global. Learn how to stand strong. Teach your neighbors. Give them the moon first. Stick to the one thing that man cannot control, that you can give these people, that they can see, they can't unsee, they have to look at. Man has no control over that motherfucking moon. And it's doing cartwheels. You and I have watched it. That's how they will wake up. And don't push them. Just tell them, hey, look, every night, not night after night. I mean, like every night, that thing's rising like that and it'll set like that. It shouldn't. That's a wax and a wane. We set our calendar to that. That's a monthly process. Shouldn't be seeing right and left or top and bottom lit anywhere on the globe every night. And it is what it is. And they will see it. And if they are human, if they have a spark of fucking intelligence, and or if the creator wants their eyes open, they'll see it. And then they'll come back and looking for more answers. You need to give them their heart. But that's the way you wake somebody up. And it's been working really good. That's cute, Virginia. Yeah, unfortunately. Hi, DK. Unfortunately, we're plagued with a population that has a problem thinking for themselves. And another one that compounds the problem is some of them do think for themselves, but the only knowledge base they have is mainstream because they haven't fucking put the dots together. I don't know how in the hell you can't fucking figure out. For God's sake. It's written in the Constitution that we are guaranteed that our states will form a third party to elect our president and vice president. Word for word. Word for word. Word for word. Word for word. In the Constitution, right in the Constitution, that both sides of these fucking parties, people are running around swearing to God that they have rights in. And they do. They have the right to have zero voice in the president and the vice presidential election. That is guaranteed by your Constitution. Word for word, guarantees you if you vote for fucking vice president and or the president, you are a fucktard. It says that in the Constitution. Right under the third party will choose your fucking president. And if you go to the fucking poll, you will be counted as a fucktard. That's what your vote counts for. It's like, I'm a fucktard. Yeah, buddy. So elects, they don't select it, they elect the president. That's the very wording it says. But yes, they select the president. Yeah, as ordered to do so. But it does. It literally says they elect the president. That's why they call them president elect too. That's a very technical term. That's very legal shit. The light of the moon bothers her eyes. That should clue her in. Something's different. Quit. I'm gonna blow my weed right out of my bowl. I'm laughing at your mom. I can't remember when the light of the moon hurt my eyes until recently. It's like, holy fuck, it's bright. So yeah, that should be a clue. Yeah, some people just, they want to continue as it goes. But you have to keep in fucking mind for 20 years they've been hearing Marshall Masters talk shit, and Nancy Leader and everybody else. They ain't looking for no end. They think you're nuts. They think you're talking about Nebaroos or something. You just gotta give them the moon and tell them, look, I ain't talking about Nebaru. I ain't doing no Marshall Master on you. I'm giving you your sky. If you don't want to look at the moon, you don't want to know what time it is, it's fine. Now, if she's at the end of her life, last few years, fuck, she's going to have a rude ending. But she's lived life. I mean, I wouldn't want nobody to feel sorry for me if I cut out, because I've probably lived more life than 10 normal people combined. So don't mourn for me. I've lived it. I'm not going to go to my bed with a regret of what I didn't do, which most people do. Yeah, I saw that, Nick. That's creepy. Her yard this spring. Oh, shit. She's going to be disappointed. Yeah, I've had experiences. I've had a lot of them. I think y'all know that. And I've seen a lot of the world. Granted, I set fire to half of the world that I saw, but I saw it. Yeah, that's some weird shit, Nick. Hey, Kat, how you doing? Smoking out my new pipe. I broke it last night. There's a crack in it. No, there's not crack in it. There's marijuana in it. There's a crack in my pipe. Yeah, both eyes are open now. Yeah, it's still pretty early for you, isn't it, Kat? I wanted to look at this because when I turned it on, we were in the middle of an event. Looks like the polarity magnitude's picking up a little bit. Let's see what she looks like now.
That's very interesting. He's just incarnating in bodies wherever he wants to. And he's setting shop and setting himself up as the Messiah and all this other stuff. That's why we have some similarities between him,
Mm-hmm. They stopped updating. They're cutting out data. About 40 minutes ago. So right after we came on, I guess, right before we came on, I looked at the last update on this one. They haven't updated in the last hour. I've had people try to tell me it's the other planets in the solar system causing this, and stuff like Jupiter's Nibiru or a sun are going to be our sun and shit. And I'm all like, I'm not sure where you're getting your info, but yeah, I've seen that. Saturn is Satan and shit like that. I'm all like, it's a planet. I don't know about being Satan. And if it is, it's like Ra, but not the god Ra. You know what I mean? It's not what we've been told. In other words, ain't no gods, ain't no demons. They're living planets.
Far in the past time when the planets first grew as a tower, appeared there one with the key of wisdom, showing the way of light to all. Showed he to all men the path of attainment, way of the light that flows among men.
Yeah, governments are corporations. They're incorporated. Your towns incorporated. Your cities are incorporated. All that. Yep. And people don't think about it. It's a corporation. Everything's incorporated in this United States since 1871. Absolutely. And it's even worse so now. They took and they married the Fed to the Treasury over this COVID thing because they couldn't legally fund it like they are. That was their excuse. That's what they said. And nobody really understands what that means. They literally signed our entire asses over to the Crown Bank. Literally. They wouldn't even have an Ancient Aliens series if they did that. I mean, every goddamn episode of Ancient Aliens, I watch that show for the comedy factor, most of it, just to see what they're talking about. But on and on and on they go on that fucking show about, David Hatcher jokes, what the hell is that? On and on, and he right here. Yeah, that was some of the highest treason I've ever seen, Rebel. I mean, over the last 12 years, we've watched Obama give our enemy $100 billion in weapons, and we watched Trump give them $400 billion. Same people. Nobody freaked out then. He used the mainstream media, literally standing up here on a podium, telling everybody he saved the U.S. economy for 6 months with that $400 billion deal. To this day, we've only gotten paid $22 million for that $400 billion in weapons that we gave him, number one. And if he saved the economy for 6 fucking months on a deficit fucking deal, we're fucked. But I mean, these people have been, and everybody's waving flags for the fucking orange guy as he did it. That's what killed me. I was like, oh my god. And then they go and try and vote. Fucking, I'm like, well, okay. Then we've got what's his name, the Epstein dude. He shows up dead. Everybody starts pointing fingers at who? Hillary Clinton. I had to laugh my ass off. I was like, yeah, Hillary snuck in and fucking hired somebody to go in there and kill him because Bill was on the plane. So more likely, I would hate to be in Bill's shoes, number one. Because his wife is a questionable fucking character. And she's probably really fucking pissed off right now. Trump married an Epstein whore. He left his second wife, Marla Maples, for his current. And she was working for Epstein. a mile away from Trump's Mar-a-Lago, where Epstein was recruiting all his women. And I was like, damn, nobody mentioned any of that. Every time I would, I'd get yelled at. I was like, you just, wow. This, somebody, because Soros on Christmas Eve gave Donnie $100 million in like '08. And I had made that statement. I say he spent Christmas Eve with Soros. And nobody's like, well, is that a fucking party? I was like, yeah, and the man gave him $100 million at the party on Christmas Eve. What the fuck point is he trying to make it? Making me out like, oh, it was at a fucking party, like it was okay, it happened at a fucking party. And I'm like, what changed? On Christmas Eve, Soros at a fucking party on Christmas Eve gave him $100 million. I think it kind of makes it worse. But it doesn't, to the point that it doesn't even need to be said. It was a Christmas Eve. He fucking gave him $100 million and spent Christmas Eve with him at a party at his place. Good Lord, man. That's what I mean about colorblinders. They'll help you with your argument, trying to make you look like a fucking asshole for saying anything about it. It's like, and then walk away acting like they did something. It's confusing. It's like, wow, dude, thanks for helping me. But you really think you put me in my place, didn't you? Yeah, he gave it to him at a fucking party on Christmas Eve and spent the fucking night getting drunk with his ass and gave him $100 million. Fucking idiot. Jesus Christ. And I ain't trying to just pick on Trump. That's the thing. Then they'll be like, oh, you're just a fucking Democrat. I'm like, now I'm starting to get it from the Democrats about how I'm just a fucking sore Republican because my president lost. I'm a Trump supporter now. I'm like, you don't know me, motherfucker. God. I'm a Trump supporter. Every time I open my mouth now, it's the blue team turn to. Listen, I've been doing this online for 10 years and it has just wrapped my mind into a pretzel. It's like, what's wrong with these fucking voters? It's always funny though when somebody says that because I'll give them the line of the things nobody talks about Trump about, marrying the fucking Epstein whore and the fucking $400 billion that he gave to the same enemy Obama gave $100 billion to. They usually get fucking quiet. Because they had no idea about that shit about Trump. And you know they're out there looking. They're like, holy fuck, because I just broke their programming. There is no 20 fucking conversation fucking pieces there. It's like, bam. I get the double-eyed look. That's it. But it makes people think. So I mean, I laugh. I'm like, oh my god, I'm the Trump supporter now. Here, let me show you my support. And didn't we try Biden already? He was vice when we were giving $100 billion in bullets to our fucking enemy, bringing our kids home in boxes with the bullet mom paid for. How is she gonna look at that shit? Mom paid for the fucking bullet that brought her son home dead. She paid for it. So did you. Well, I don't pay taxes.
And one of the pictures I saw of
So, yeah, I burned my hand, but I ain't got no blood on that shit. I always make under your paying amount. I'm not out to get my big screen TVs. I'm out to raise my kid and feed them and live happy. We go camping in the summer. Nothing fancy, but we have fun, you know? Again, what? I didn't do it. Nothing against. Unless I like it, I'll do it again.
He's talking about building this, and I don't know why. Flashes as he's talking about building this timber. Energy and the ether to great out of life. This flash.
No, especially if you have a dependent, if you make under a certain amount, you're not required by law to pay tax on your income. As simple as that. And I'm cool with that. I can show you where I made right at that line. But yeah, I've shown them before because they asked. It was like, well, you need to have a tax refund. I'm like, well, to get some kind of document, I needed a tax, like a tax return. So I had to file. And they gave me money. I'd never paid them anything. See how that works? Like, fuck. Okay. I don't know. That's a good question, Daniel. Good damn question. That'd be good. They sit around with the long pipe. Yeah, baby. This is the pimp style shit. I see some of those things. They even got it fucking where some of them would be all like carbureted to peace pipe. I was like, damn. Yeah, that's a little harsh for me, I think. Long in my youth, I traveled the pathway, seeking ever new knowledge. I don't know. I've never smoked peyote. I've done psychedelics, of course, but I've really never had a big propensity for it because I can astral travel anyways. I actually have a better trip sometimes just concentrating on it. Some people will call it, what is it? The thing yogis do. I can't think of meditate. I got my own words for him. I don't like bunhead shit. What's up, Cosmic? How you doing? I try not to think of the esoteric things. I know I can have a psychedelic experience in my own head and control it. That's another thing about psychedelics. I used to control them. And I'd see people lose it. It would be like, man, you gotta fucking just chill, dude. Yeah, mushrooms are nice. Yeah, I've seen people fucking lose it on fucking psychedelics. Yeah, I mean like fucking off the rails. Yeah, it is, Daniel. And beyond that, I realized what I was doing now. I was just shutting down my head and living in my magnet, and that's how we can contact and astral travel and all that shit. It's scalar fit. It makes total sense now. I thought it was all in my head, and I just sit there and fucking meditate. I thought that's what meditation was, and you just find a peaceful something to concentrate on. And next thing you know, you're in the blue light matrix. I didn't realize that's actually a thing. It is. It's like the conduit to God, to the universe ish. It's like as close to God as you can get without shedding skin, kind of thing. And it's funny enough, it's the same thing like DMT people will describe when they go in. And I know we got DMT in our bodies. We can produce it. Yeah, naturally. Exactly. I agree. You know, that's what I'm trying to say. It's better to just do it natural if you can. Enhanced, I wouldn't go too far with it. I just had a couple mushrooms the other night, and overall, I've had more powerful connections, but I had a more free connection. I think I might have made a breakthrough that night because I still have a more constant connection. I can feel her, I can hear her, and I had a in my own head, I think, made a connection beyond my programming that I'm a magnet. And everything that comes with it. I know I've been saying it, but I've been programmed just like you folks. I just found out last year. So it's kind of hard to accept that it's real to me because I'm very pragmatic, and I think I made a connection in my subconscious is what I'm trying to say, that I'm a fucking magnet. Kind of came to a realization. Now, as I look back through the ages, no lie that wisdom is boundless, ever grown greater throughout the ages. Chocolate enhances the mushrooms. Ha, see, well, there you go. I didn't know that, Kat. I was sitting here drinking cocoa coffee with mushrooms in it because I brewed the mushrooms in the coffee. It tastes so much better than fucking stupid mushroom tea, or we tried to put Kool-Aid in it sometimes and just yeah, stupid kids. Brew it in your coffee. Gives it a nutty flavor. It's good. I had no idea. I haven't done it in decades, you know, and I was like, you know, let's see how this works. Yeah, Daniel, I've heard that described so much by people. And that do the DMT thing. And I'm after listening to it so many times and watching somebody draw it, I was all like, Really? That's what you're looking at? Because that's what I'm looking at. I don't use no DMTs. It's bright blue. It's always bright blue. And it seems to be vibrating all the time. Like, just in 3D, but different. It's weird. And yeah, they're seeing the same fucking thing on DMT. I know this personally because I hang out with people occasionally that do DMT. I've never done it. I've never done it. Preserving the records until in time light grows among men. Light shall now be all through the ages, hidden yet found by enlightened men. Yeah, it's the best description for it that I can think of is like it's the gather thou now the sons of Atlantis. Take them and flee to the people data port. Fly to the land of the children of Ken. To Creator. That's as close as you're gonna get there. Without burning up, kind of. It's a representation of the one-ish. But it's something we can perceive that it's not. You know, it's really God. It's a lot more technical than I could get into, but Mom pretty much told me it's Creator. But it's not. It is, but it's not. It's like the way you talk to Creator. So it's like his telephone almost. And you can have direct line. That's what I'm getting at. It's like direct line to Creator, and it's beyond pretty much words. It really is. It's listen to other people describe it though. It sounds so fucking. I'm like, yeah, that's what I'm seeing. Because it's all encompassing, and when you come up on it, it's bright, it's brilliant, like electric, blue, lightning, plasmatic. If you haven't seen it, don't try DMT. Do some deep meditation. Go hang out. Yeah, it's like, and I mean, you know, and you come back out of your meditation and you kind of giggle to yourself. It's like, I'm never telling anybody about this shit. So I think I'm fucking crazy. And then you sit there watching motherfuckers and DMT tripping and shit, and then they come out and they start describing shit. It's like, what? You know, so really interesting. Really interesting. Because I was real interested. One of them's a really good artist that I'm talking about. And he's sitting there drawing on this picture. He's like, something I'm seeing in my DMT. And I'm like, so that's what it. He's like, but it, like for a flash, it looks like that. And then I'm like, dude. Because if he had said, yeah, it's like that, let's doing this, but he said that it just kind of blurs and then changes and then it's back again. And I'm like, it gives me goosebumps. I'm like, oh, fuck, man. Really? I'm seeing that too. And I don't do your DMTs. It's fucking weird. All of them are sitting around talking about that shit. The fucking blue light. But it's not a light. And I'm all like, what do you mean? And he's sitting there drawing it. Like, fucking
Each to the other
kidding
is the
me.
keystone. It breathes into life. Follow the
It gave me like the feeling when I had been punched in the face and thought it was a dream.
sit down in my pyramid, deep in the passage that ends in a wall. That in that video you will see that that's the passageway that ends in a wall.
Hey Lewis, how you doing?
And you can see it, it's a structure. That's what he's talking about. It's there. And we're just ignoring it.
Heroin? Yeah, that's not good stuff.
I want to figure this out. I want to make all this happen. How do we do that?
A plasmatic vapor almost with form.
Use now the
Oh, you know how to it kind of
the pathway will fall.
it's
Now unto thee I have given my wisdom. Now unto thee I have
it has vapor tendencies, I guess you can say.
Solve thou my secrets. Unto thee I have shown.
Well, welcome back.
Chapter 5. Pick up next time on the broadcast.
Yeah, it's really it's hard to describe. Really, it's like nothing I've ever seen except in my own mind's eye when I was like on the verge of fucking sleeping when I'm fucking trying to meditate and calm my shit down before I even knew I had a magnet. Is what I'm, and then I'm sitting around at friends watching this DMTing and listening and watching them do their art and shit. I was like, damn, dude, you're fucked up. Means I'm fucked. I'm saying the same thing. But we have DMT in our heads. So, I'm all like,
You worry about the bankers, you worry about, whether or not we're going to be able to space that Americans might do like that next year. That's what this whole thing is about.
Kind of like not really a vortex. I mean,
The power structure that this one there, people.
it's got form and then it doesn't.
I don't know, man.
And in the doesn't, it's doing stuff more than just not having form. I don't. And then it has form, and you see it very distinctly again.
We've got it in the biggest debates in America. You can't say that.
All I have to say is try it. Just do some deep meditation, but stay out of this one. And just do it with your feelings. Meditate with your feelings. Have it sitting here with this and meditate on it.
The first man, warfare began between darkness and light. Men then as now were filled with both darkness and light. Duality.
Well, that would be a pretty good description of it. It's kind of like that at points, and then it's. You know what's funny? As I'm saying this, I'm remembering listening to talking about form with no form and shit like that. He's trying to explain the same fucking thing. The flower of life and this and that. It's the magnet. It's the magnet field at work. But this one has a pattern that's almost like a Pescus of Isis or something. In
all ages and plane, surely know that ye shall know of the battle of night. Long ages ago, the sun's
it's got to be magnetic. It's not like one I've seen. But now I'm thinking of it, it could be. It has to be magnetic. And that makes sense because I'm thinking ferrocells and cross field lines, the way suns work. the way we were.
Fiercely withstood they the masters of
Shit.
darkness. Fiercely fought they from the darkness of night.
So yeah, it's starting to make a lot more sense to me. Anyways,
Used they always the dark magic, brought into man by the power of darkness.
nice name.
Magic then shrouded man's soul in darkness. Banded together as in order brothers of darkness, they from the ages, antagonist they to the children of men. Walk they always secret and hidden, down yet not found by the children of men.
Yeah, I don't.
Wherever they
Not sure what pattern it is, but it's definitely a geometric pattern,
silently, secretly,
and it could be made by two cross field lines. I'm running through the math in my head.
Unseen they come, unseen they go.
Fuck.
Dark is the way of
We keep explaining all this esoteric bullshit, man. We're just gonna have to write a book. Not me.
traveling the land, they walk through man's dreams.
I don't type very well.
Power they gain.
I'm not a writer. I'd be every other word be fucktard. People be pissed off by the second
In
page.
ways that are dark and unseen by man. Into man's mind space reach the dark brother. Around it they close the veil of their night. There is
I am me. I'm gonna write it the same way I talk it.
bound by the fetters of the veil of night.
For general consumption, it should probably be tamed down a little bit. More like a homebrew version. Homebrew version. See? He doesn't quite use. He'll cuss occasionally, though. He places it right there where it belongs.
Surrender not your soul to the glows of darkness. Keep thy face ever
Make a picture book.
towards the light. Ye, know ye not, O man, that your sorrow has come to the
Pop
the
up
night.
pictures.
I, man, heed ye my voice.
Exactly.
Strive
That and the
now
dingley.
to
I got dingley cover for you in a big old bag or something.
the brothers of darkness
Turn the page, you'll find out what. Oh my God. Yeah, but the dictation never works. I mean, I can talk to somebody if they're going to type it. Giraffes, middle fingers, and dingly cobras. Man, that is a good book. I already like your pop-up book. That's some good stuff. You should definitely explicitly not for children. How you doing, Miss Raven?
Hard is the pathway that leads to light. Many shall
I know, right? I would buy it. It sounds interesting already. See what pops up, right?
Free will he be the pathway of life. For he know, O man, in the end light must conquer, and darkness and night be bend.
Have one of them little wheels that moves the moon. You're one day. The moon started doing cartwheels. Then we saw a dingly cobra. Oh yeah. Well, the best part is for 3.5 years, I followed this beautiful woman up and down Melrose Avenue in a beautiful blue dress. And she turned around and smacked me with a dingly cobra. I was like, hey, lady. That is not my lady blue. Because I had found out, I had looked it up. It was like a blue spectrum sun. And I was like, really? Blue suns? I thought it was just because they blurred blue. No. It didn't have anything to do with it. They're in the blue spectrum. And I was like, oh. I learned something from finding Ra. that night, and the magnetosphere that showed up. I was like, what the fuck is that? Why is it only shining at night? And it's got a magnetosphere. Seriously, what the fuck is that? Guess what? The most common type of sun there is. That's what that is. It's like, oh shit. So we've got a black light sneaking up on us. No wonder they call this the dark star. We're going to sneak up in like a thief in the night and blah, 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 blah. Everything started making sense about then. And then the Dingley Cobra, you know, I mean, that just kind of clarified everything. That's what I'm saying. It ain't no Lady Moo Kachina. That's motherfucking raw. They might call it the blue Kachina. It makes sense because it's a blue spectrum fucking sun. For God's sake, they wasn't stupid. They held that tradition like that, so when we saw it, we'd recognize it. We'd know what it was. That's why they have to go through years and years of training before they're allowed to even tell these stories. And in hindsight, it makes sense. I used to sit and look at him like, you sat and studied for how long to learn what story? Are you what? That is a lame fucking story. I got the gist of it. Thanks. That's what I thought of Legends. Like, all right, yeah, okay. I was tired of listening to all that shit. I wanted to find out how things work. Well, I did. It had everything to do with these legends. We just didn't have the context for them. Oops.
The knowing that conquers all the dark fears. Use this.
Yeah, it all makes sense now if you have the right context. There's no guessing. That's right. It's not a coincidence that I'm right all the time. I'm not a fucking narcissist. It's written on a goddamn big old block of fucking rock.
If thou shalt find the darkness thine own thoughts.
Now we know how to fucking read.
Send through your body a wave of vibration, irregular first and regular second. Repeating time.
I haven't seen any rainbows lately myself. Not in the last couple of months, but it's not really been raining. So, not a surprise here. Have you seen the blue one? I've seen it once in my sky, and then I saw some pictures of it. I was like, and it dawned on me. I was like, oh my God, that's not. Because I was sitting there looking at it because I saw the double rainbow, and then on the side over here, I'm looking at this really odd pastel Easter egg colored fucking almost coming down the side of a cloud, and I was like, I had no explanation for it. It was just a refraction. So I was like, that is probably one of the most beautiful fucking rainbows I've ever seen. And then I got to thinking about it. I was like, oh, wait a minute. After Seamus is starting to talk about the fucking spectrums and shit, made me realize there's two different spectrums. I'm all like, yeah, well, you can't get two rainbows. I was stuck on the rainbows, but he's like, no, that ain't. Think about what the rainbow is, Dad. I was like, oh wow, that's science. Fuck. What's up, Jacqueline? Yeah, if you got two different spectrums, you got two different light sources. That's a double confirmation there, because you couldn't have two rainbows out of one spectrum and one light source. But there's a third. And it's not very common, because I've only seen it, like I said, with my own eyes once. It's fucking beautiful. It's a beautiful, beautiful blue and into the purple range. and a rainbow around that, you probably will. Dude, when we're on it, like in its vicinity, like closer, we're gonna have rainbow skies that at night. We definitely should. I've seen night rainbows recently. People taking pictures of a night rainbow, and I'm all like, what that is the sun shining through a planet's atmosphere behind us. It's not our sun shining through it because it's a white-blue rainbow. I'm all like, that's fucking. I've got pictures of it. And then on the picture, a friend of mine had taken in Australia or New Zealand anyway. I hung up the Rainbow in the Dark song with that shit. It was fucking amazing. Now I've seen a couple of them now. Huh. Yeah, cell phone shit sucks. Next time on the broadcast, we have tablet number 7, which is seeing them with your own eyes, though. That's telling you, man. I was looking at the sky today out there, getting my oxygen, and we was talking. And I was like, if I was you, I wouldn't look up if you don't want to see something you hadn't planned on seeing today, because it sure looks like there's something up there. And he was like, yeah, I know. He said, I've seen him a couple of times. I said, I've only seen it that once, dude. He's seen this shit more than once. But it makes sense he does. He works outside a lot. Me and him was standing on the back of his truck when the whole fucking, literally half the sky opened up into a planet. And I was laughing today with him. I was like, I said, honest God, Richard, you've seen that more than he's. He said, yeah. I said, that's the only time I ever seen it. I don't shit myself. I said, I don't even remember if we spoke another word. I just had to go home. He started laughing. He goes, he goes, I don't think you did say much. You just kind of said, I gotta go. He's seen it more than I have. Holy shit, dude, I'm telling you, that's why they want us all inside. We are so surrounded by jaw dropper hell, man. You're gonna fucking drop trowel. I'm not kidding you. I'm not kidding you. It's so big, you feel like you're gonna fall. You get vertigo. We look like fucking a moon. We're so small, and it's got it. When we saw, we could see the gap in it, and we could see another circumference around it. It's got another moon, and well, it's Toth and his wife. Amazingly enough, they're going to take us in, let us sleep on the couch. That's the plan. Yes, way bigger than us. It's going to take us, put it this way, it's going to take us, as I understand, it should take us about 3 days to run a half an orbit around Thoth. And then we'll have 3 days of darkness, and 3 days of light, and 3 days of darkness. Getting that? See, it's not a one-time thing, is what I'm getting from her. So, I don't know what that looks like. That's one of the things I've been told. So we'll find out, won't we? Well, some of us will, won't we? Yeah, but I've got it. Yeah, the 3 days of light, 3 days of darkness. So I was like, fuck, dude, really? That's going to be our orbit, basically. So when we come out of that Lagrange point, we're going to be locked on to Thoth, her brother, who is a huge planet. It's not Ninurgle, who we're listening to. Thoth is a real planet, just like Ra is a real sun. And they assumed the identity of those who we were drawing because they didn't understand what we were doing. They tried to hide us from ourselves. They say that right in the fucking cuneiform. The writing of the victor tells us they had no idea what we were drawing. And we didn't have a spoken language, but we were drawing things they didn't understand. They took on the personifications of our gods and tried to hide us from ourselves. And now, if you know how to read these rocks, you can tell when they started trying to hide us from ourselves and changing the pantheons and adding their own children into the, like, it's crazy. That's why Egypt looks so fucking crazy, because they meant for it to. If we ever. But they, of course, had no idea what we were drawing, so their shit looks like fucking Babel when you look at it. It's like, no, that's not even physics. That's phonics, and we weren't speaking phonics. It's just silly. We even told of our takeover where they were taking us over and cutting people's heads off and all kinds of shit because there wasn't very many of us left after we got trapped in the void over here that destroying Tiamat created. Phoenicians, yeah. Yep. And that's like Akkadian. Akkadian came from it's the first human language, as they describe it, derived out of the cuneiform. And I'm all like, because the cuneiform is the language of the gods. The Anunnaki, the ones that came down from planet heaven. The changes to Neberu after the crossing. But every other time in its history and or orbit, it is planet heaven. And Anu rules over that. And all these Neberu truthers seem to miss that point. Taught phonics. Yeah, we was all taught phonics. I just choose to not be taught it. I try to misspell everything now, at least half my words, if I can. It messes up the whole spell, stops putting people to sleep. If they tell me I got to spell correctly, why? Why can't I use a Z instead of S if I just wants to? It shakes up. I mean, watch the spell Nazis jump out in chat real quick. Tell you, you're spelling that shit wrong. Yay. Thanks for your contribution to humanity, spell checker. Glad you got that going for you. Jesus. But I mean, honestly, that's how I fucking feel right here about that. You're too attached to your spells if you want to spell. If you want to get on my spelling grammars. There's an app for that. You can also go right click and it'll give you the proper spelling. I mean, I am capable of doing that. If I see a red line, a lot of times I leave it. I really do. Because I'm not a good typer. And sometimes I will hit the wrong key and I'll be like, fuck it. It works for me. You know, I'm starting to really. You can take it or leave it. I think these words do something to people. Just period. It's fucking crazy. Yeah, incorrectly spelled on purpose. Hell yeah. Upset the trolls. It does. It gets them all fucked up. They don't know what to think. I have to go with. I mean, look, they gave us language to divide us and to quell us. I think these words truly do have a lot to do with our programming and how comfortable you feel in it. And it's evident whenever I say fuck in public, not just here. I say fuck all the time. You get the look. Now, people in town, all of a sudden, I mean, well, not all of a sudden. Over the years, everybody's gotten used to me saying fuck. Because I say fuck like I would any other word. And I like fuck a lot better than a lot of words. So I place it in my sentences a lot. And people have come accustomed to it. But you can still see in their head when I say it. It's doing something to them. So I'm just going to keep it up. I am a sailor. That's what I'm saying. I've always, well, no, I haven't always. I've grown accustomed to doing this, but since I started looking into language. I mean, when I was working with senators, that's just not the way I speak. I can speak harshly without cussing. I can embarrass the heck out of you without cussing. But I like it. It feels right. Coming from here, it almost feels cleansing. Like, fuck off. What the fuck is wrong with you? See, not really a fuck off, but what the fuck is wrong with you? See, now that is a perfect use for the word. Because all of a sudden it's, what is wrong with you? See, that doesn't work. It doesn't work. What do you mean what's wrong with you? No, what the fuck is wrong with you? All of a sudden they're like, I don't know. For a second at least. They're like, fuck, I don't know. I don't know. What the hell's wrong with you? You! You know what I mean? It's like, think about it. It really fucks that programming up. It really does. And I've seen it work. So I use it a lot. Yes. I had no idea, Sonia. I thought it was bullshit. I knew we were more than a bag of skin and bones, but I had no idea. I had no concept. And all of a sudden, like I said, what I find out I got a magnet, and geez, everything starts to make fucking sense. I'm just really pragmatic. If it doesn't have a fucking thumbprint, it was acid washed. Fucking find the guy without the fucking thumbprint. You know what I mean? I mean, it's fucking Captain Obvious or nothing with me. And I got to be able to touch it, feel it, look at it, smell it. Sometimes, you know, you don't like what you're looking at, but fucking, I'm very pragmatic that way. I've always bun-headed people. Fucking bun-head. Because I'm a tree hugger. But I'm not a bun-head. I'm not Mr. Esoteric. I'm not fucking Mr. Floaty Feel-Goody. I have fun. I mean, I'm just not. You know what I mean? I'm not a fucking bunhead. I've never really gotten into that because they don't have any explanation for their shit. Well, I got all of a sudden an explanation for their shit, but I'm still not going to be a bunhead. It really does, I think, DK, and that's why you start looking at letters in the history of language. Every letter is actually a word. It means word. There's a whole. A word is a sentence, and then it really mathematically and all kinds of shit. It just ties into what the fuck is really going on here with language. You know, why is English language the hardest to learn and speak? Not just the old English, this English. This is a brand new one, our version of it. So yeah, you start using the word fuck and you start seeing it actually fuck with people. And it's like, watch this. Fuckity fuckity fuck 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 fuck. But I mean, I just let it come out comfortably in conversation, you know. Like, fuck, I can't even remember what I had for dinner. And people, oh, you didn't have to cuss. Did I? I don't remember cursing you. We're saying fuck. I didn't say fuck you. I didn't say I want to fuck you in your little cornhole. I just said fuck. I don't remember fucking what I had for dinner. Fuck hard. Ooh, the eyes go cross. What? Don't get excited. Fucktard too. I think we're all fucktards. We all make mistakes, right? Sometimes indignantly stupid. Convinced that we live on a rock. Don't listen to no bunheads about nothing. Yeah, I am. Now I'm playing catch up over here with my magnet. Well, and see, Ms. Raymond, that's another thing about these kids not learning cursive in school. They ain't gonna be able to read nothing. Oh, it's all in cursive, longhand. Talk about being able to hide your. See, now you gotta teach them how to read again. Ah. They're backing us up all over the place. You can't read the treaty again. Because the treaty against in longhand. Unless you want to trust somebody's translation of the Treaty of Ghent. Myself, I've always had a problem with trusting someone's translation of anything, including Sitchin. Because if you could listen to Sitchin, he'll lay out the fucking things that he's quoting from. They exist, and they say what he says they do. So I would expect that from anything else. You know, you give a reference to your. So yeah, if you can't read that longhand, you're going to have to actually trust somebody's translation to something that you should be able to read because it's in your language, your handwriting, that they ain't teaching them. Well, you want big picture? Why? You want big picture? You ready? All the old people die off. All of a sudden, another 1,000 years of fucking information's gone. Didn't exist. They don't have to hide it from anybody. They don't read it. They just change the history again. Now you got to translate that shit. The keys are all gone because there ain't no city hall. There ain't no libraries. They know what's coming. Nassau met them as they came out. Started the division. Nassau, Marduk, the Hopi trickster. Their masters wrote about the Hopi tales and the Mayan and the Egyptian version of the Hopi tale. That came out of the cuneiform. Enki and Enlil both have versions of the creator haunting them in their dreams because they have done what they did, which we're actually listening to tonight. They've got an electromagnetic recycling process. And the whole point of creation is to grow our spark and learn from life and bring it back as prodigal children and help grow creation. And then we get our spark back and go on, graduate, and eventually become sons and then beyond the sons. We have been separated from that by an electromagnetic fucking mechanics tree that has everything to do with this fucking so-called tree of life. That's not tree of life. God, we're gonna have to cover this in the video soon. Because I talk about it here. Well, that's what we're listening to. That's what Toth was talking about. This is Jesus. Toth was Jesus. Ninarsu. He's an Anunnaki. He's Marduk's brother, actually. The son of Enki. It's the snake bloodline, is what this is. And he's talking about the electromagnetic halls of Amenti, where they hold human souls and recycle them and hold them and trick them in the night and blah, blah, blah. he recycled and fucking blah blah blah. Well, this is to end that. We haven't been home for a long time. We've been trapped here for a real long fucking time. So when Creator comes back, he's taking quite a few with him. They're gonna fly. Some of them gonna get burned off. But the thing is, this planet can't go on without us because we have the key to her survival in our chests. It's scalar physics. She literally requires more shields around her to survive a nova explosion. And guess what happens in three sun systems? That's right. So this is going to be the ultimate test of symbiotic relationship with nature. And that's how Creator works. Because he don't care about your bloodline. He don't give a fuck what color your outer shell is. The only thing that matters to this magnet-based Creator is the frequency your magnets tweaking at. So you better relax it and meek it up, because that's it. You start hating on people, you ain't gonna have a straight heart. Now you again, don't let a lie go silently. As spoken is truth. He'll tell you that. Toth got some good information in here, but he's also going to try and hook you up with his how does he say, his master race. Some will fly, some will sink. Well, this is the Creator's plan. So, and anyway, like I keep saying, man, I'm 52. I don't give a fuck, man. I could wake up dead any moment and have died happy. I would like to see Seamus be a grown man by the time I kick off. It would really suck if I kicked off here in the next year or two. He's 16. But I'm just saying, as I look back on my life, there are several dozen times I should not be here. And as I look back on it, I can explain why I'm here now. It was all in my magnet. And somebody took control of that shit and put a buffer around my ass. So if I'm meant to be here, I'm gonna be here. I'm just gonna keep doing what I do. And I'm not gonna fear a fucking thing. And if I ain't meant to be here, well, hallelujah, we're all going home now. So either way, it's good. That's what I said. I'm never going to go home until it's my time. So what the fuck am I worried about? It took me 50 fucking 2 years to figure that shit out. Your safety is in your chest. People want to know where it's safe. There are relatively safer places, and I would certainly bottle water and get away from the ocean. Save myself some food and beans, because those persons that aren't prepared for the hard times are going to have a hard time. And if you see a storm coming, you better batten down the hatches. And you see a storm coming, so get your beans and rice. I wouldn't go overboard. Just, beans and rice and shit. You'd be all right. Things will grow again. That's right. And you'll be called and you'll be told what to do. And it ain't going to be by me. I ain't going to be the one telling nobody what to do. I'm just going to be listening. She got your alpha wave. I don't. See how it works? I don't. Your instructions ain't coming from me. Nobody's. That's why I keep saying I ain't in charge of nothing. You got your own reason for being here, and who the hell am I to presume what it is? But there's a reason you're here. There's a reason you looked. There's a reason you kept looking. And understand now. So if you don't know what you're supposed to be doing, I got an idea. You hand people their moon. Stop handing them everything else. Just hand them their moon and walk away. Now, confounded. Isaiah 24:23 ringing bells. Yeah, no, everybody used to think it was all the way through history. People, this is the end of times. Guess what? They never had their moon doing this. They were pretty specific about what time it was when the moon started doing that. And then run. Yeah. And then run. No, you'll notice. When you go in the morning, tell yourself why Tycho Crater's up at the top of the moon. Have you met Daz the cameraman? He's a Five Eyes troll that used to tell people that it was field rotation. And then he got so mad at this motherfucker, he started spitting fire about Tycho Crater. It should never be at the top of the moon. It's impossible for Tycho Crater to be at the top of the moon. I need some pictures. Guess what? NASA says it's impossible for Tycho Crater to be at the top of my moon from my position. And Daza agrees. However, if you look at it in the morning when you're going, especially this week because it's after full in the morning, Tycho Crater is indeed at the top of the moon. So if you give somebody the moon like that shit, they're going to go out to work, going to put their keys in the fucking car and totally break their fucking car window with their key. The fucking motherfucker. Yeah. And then they'll be calling you about 6 in the morning. You're like, man, what the fuck, motherfucker? My fucking moon's. See, now all of a sudden they don't care about their spell. Their spell's broken. They're fucking you at 6 o'clock in the morning and talking about the fucking moon's doing cartwheels and asking you, what the fuck? And then you'd be like, calm down. It's okay. Oh, yeah. The waking of a sheep. Sometimes it gets messy. You might want to take some extra toilet paper. There has been known for the little shit to fly. I know, right? Give it a few hours. They'll come back and talk to you. They'll tell you how right you are. Richard was sitting there telling me, he's like, man, there's a lot of people that are starting to think I'm not crazy. I said, Richard, I know you ain't crazy. He goes, yeah, but you start telling people some of this stuff and they'll think you're crazy. I said, I know. And lately I've been noticing there a lot of people are coming around saying that, yeah, you're not so fucking crazy after all. And people are waking up. You just plant that seed. They'll see. Be patient. It grows. It takes a while for something to grow sometimes, especially in a mind of shit. Crescent shadow moving on the moon. Yeah, you can't roll the shadow by rolling the ball, can you? Nice. Yeah, homebrewed's better to send people to than me. Are you kidding me? He's more palatable for the general population. Me, Like I said, I don't give a fuck. If they can't handle me, they ain't going to be able to handle what's coming. I'll tell you that right now. And they certainly didn't go to a fucking very strict school. They ain't expecting somebody to hand them something. I ain't handing nobody nothing. You need to earn this. You need to know it. You can't believe it. And it keeps me from being any kind of guru or leader of cultism. Because I'm sending you where? Am I sending you to catfish fucking school to learn this shit? No. I send you off page. I'm like, you know what? Go do your fucking homework. Don't ask me questions. Fucktard. That's my patent fucking answer for everybody. Is it not? How many times you see me say that shit? Fuck. I'm not your teacher. I just drew you a map. You gotta follow the map if you want to learn. Because you can't know something if I'm just blah 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 at you. People don't understand the importance of it. I can't help them. Very nice. Very good. See, and then they're going to be like, what the fuck? And then look. Yes, I am definitely an acquired taste. I never denied it. I think on my channel, I'm like, I cuss a lot. I fucking cuss a lot. If you don't like cussing, don't fucking watch my video. So everybody will become well, maybe you shouldn't cuss so much. I'm like, maybe you didn't read my about page. Maybe you're on the wrong channel. I don't know how to tell you. You know, damn it. What do you want from me? I was trying to put it in. I thought I spelled it right, most of it. I have to check my red lines. Yeah. There's well, I've pointed at the moon for 10 years. I mean 10 years, just been doing fucking cartwheels. And I've come to like it may be harsh, but the fucking moon's it's big. It's been doing cartwheels for 10 fucking years. Everybody's missed it. Not everybody. So obviously their head is completely embedded deeply inside their ass. Okay. I'm just because the moon's been there in the sky doing this for a long time. Now, and then there's another category of even worse, a grown adult that believes that that is normal. A grown adult tell me that it should roll wax to Wayne every night and be just fine. A grown, a grown adult writing me a 3-paragraph explanation of what a fucktard I am because I don't know how the moon works. Right on my video offering money for one NASA link. Now, if it was normal and I was certain of it, and I was watching this video, and I was like, I would go like this. The little arrows. No 3 fucking paragraphs needed, right? NASA link, pay me, bitch. They can't do it. That's all I want. I don't want to read your life story 3 fucking paragraphs deep. I want a NASA link that says my fucking Tycho crater should be at the top of the fucking moon in the morning. That'd be neat. I'd show the Inuits. I'd be like, look, y'all wrong. Oh my God. Yeah, it's not possible. It's not possible. All you gotta do is NASA link, pay up. Where's your NASA link, bitch? What are you doing, kid?
Came down here for hugs.
You got hugs on your mind.
Hugs.
Have you watched that lip lately?
No. Never.
What? I'm looking at dirt on that shit in the camera. It's showing up. You see the dirt on that fucker's lip? What are you doing with all that dirt on your lip, boy? I love you. You make me feel old. Now I'm standing up, I got pee. I shall return.
Space.
I can get rid of some of this coffee.
You are the son of the great light. Remember, and you shall be free. Stay not you in the shadows, spring forth from the darkness of night. Light, let thy soul be, O sunborn, fill with the glory of light. Freed from the bonds of the darkness, a soul that is one with the light. You are the key to all wisdom. Within you is all time and space. Live not in the bondage to darkness. Free you are, light form from night. Great light that fills all the cosmos, flow thou fully to a man. Make of his body a light torch that shall never be quenched among men. Long in the past sought I wisdom, not knowledge known to man. Far to the past I traveled into the space where time began. Sought I ever new knowledge to add to the wisdom I knew. Yet only I found did the future hold the key to the wisdom that I thought. Down to the holes of Amenti I journeyed the greater knowledge to seek. I asked of thee, the lords of the cycles, the way to the wisdom I sought. I asked the lords this question: where is the source of the all? Answered in tones that were mighty, the voice of the Lord of the Nine said, free thy soul from thy body, and come forth with me to the light. Forth I came from my body, a glittering flame in the night. I stood before the Lord, bathed in the fire of life. Seized I was then by a force, great beyond knowledge of man. Cast I was to the abyss, through the spaces unknown to man. Saw I the moldings of order from the chaos and angles of night. Saw I the light spring from the order and heard the voice of the light. Saw I the flame of the abyss, casting forth order and light. Saw order spring out of chaos, saw light giving forth light. Then I heard the voice. Hear thou and understand. The flame is the source of all things, containing all things in potentiality. The order that sent forth light is the word. From the word come life and the existence of all. There it is, the word. In the beginning there was the word. You can cross-reference that with Nellie P. Hall's work and the Kabbalistic keys to the creation of humanity. Everything, and you can actually, when you learn this language, this ancient Kabbalistic language that was brought here by extraterrestrials, the true magi, a person, a true ascended master, you can actually begin to create physical matter using in calling anything into creation using only frequencies and vibrations in the word, the spoken word. And again spoke the voice, saying, the life in you is the word. Find the life within you and have the powers to use the word. Long I watched the light flame pouring forth from the essence of fire, realizing that life but order, and that man is one with the fire. Back I came to my body, stood again with the nine, listened to the voices of the cycles. Vibrate with power, they spoke. Know ye, O Thoth, that life is but the word of the fire. The life forth you seek before thee is but the word in the world as a fire. Seek ye the path to the word, and powers shall surely be yours. Then I asked of the nine, O Lord, show me the path. Give me the path to the wisdom. Show me the way to the word. Answered me then the Lord of the nine, through order you shall find the way. Saw you that the word came from chaos? Saw you not that light came from the fire? Look in your life for this order. Balance and order your life. Quell all the chaos of the emotions, and thou shalt have order in life. Order brought forth from chaos will bring the word of the source, will be the power of cycles, and make of thy soul a force that free will extends through the ages, a perfect sun from the source. I listened to the voice and deeply thanked the words in my heart. Forever have I sought for order, that I might draw on the word. Know ye that he who attains it must ever in order be for use of the word through this order, has never and never can be. Take ye these words, O man, as part of your life. Let them be. Seek thee to conquer this order, and one with the word you shall be. Put forth your effort in gaining light on the pathway of light and life. Seek to be one with the sun state. Seek to be solely the light. Hold thou thought on the oneness of light with the body of man. Know that all is order from chaos, born into light. So that's the end of talent number 9, the Emerald Tablets of Thoth. Amazing stuff there. Really getting to the origins of creation. And so this really is some of the deeper stuff here, is that the real secret, one of the really big secrets that the priest class and the secret societies of the soul is that if we are not restricted, if we're not dumbed down, if we're not lied to and just not given all the facts, then humans really are in the state we're in right now. We're really not worth a fuck that much.
Not really.
Because the flip side of that is if mankind really finds out where they are, wow, look, you never need a power structure ever again. Because we have the ability to be gods.
Yes.
We have the ability to do what things that we're told only gods can do.
Close. Yes. Well, there you go. That's even
And the
better way to
suppression
put
of this is what the entire power structure and the religious structure and world power structure is based on.
Because we're not gods.
And that's one of the things that I think is important here with my work and what we do is trying to make people aware of that.
We're not. magic.
I mean, everybody always wants to know what the solution is.
God,
That's
ain't
why
magic.
I've identified for the past couple of years as being the solution. Learning how to use this stuff that they use against us and turn it right back and use against on them. That doesn't require you to join a militia or a bug out bung or anything else. But they're playing hardball, and it's time we start playing back. And we can do that through using these ancient teachings against them in the same way they've used them against us.
Yeah. Use their tools against them, and then learn
All
new
right, tonight
tools.
we are reading The Key of Time, tablet
did
number
that.
10 from the
We
Eagle
know
Tablets
more
of
than they
Thoth.
know now.
I want to get into that for you now without further ado.
Poor Josh. I wish he'd answered.
Listen,
I hope he
EO,
looks.
man. See, something I want to be clear. Some of this stuff, it's like, it's old timey speech. So I'm altering a little bit, kind of like what I did when I read Gods of Eden or Lost Book of Enki, stuff like that. So make it translate a little bit better, Listen, EO man, take of my wisdom. Learn of his deep hidden mysteries of space. Learn of the thought that grew in the abyss, bringing order and harmony in space. Know you, O man, that all exists as being only because of the law. Know ye the law, and ye shall be free. Never be bound by the fetters of night. Far through strange spaces have I journeyed into the depth of abyss of the time, until in the end all was revealed. Know ye that mystery is only mystery, when it is knowledge unknown to man. When ye have plumbed the heart of all mystery, knowledge and wisdom will surely be yours. Seek you and learn that time is the secret, whereby you may be free of this space. Time is the secret whereby you may be free of this space. Yeah, we're learning that time is an illusion and a construct that we create, and is created by our brains. Long have I sought wisdom, and shall seek of eternity's end, for know that ever before me receding shall move the goal I seek to attain. Even the lords of the cycles know that they have not yet reached the goal. For with all their wisdom, they know that truth ever grows. Once in a past time, I spoke to the dweller and asked of the mystery of time and space, and asked him the question that surged in my being, saying, O Master, what is time? Then he spoke to me, the Master, and he said, Know ye, O Thoth, in the beginning there was void and nothingness, a timeless, spaceless nothingness. And into the nothingness came a thought, purposeful, all-pervading, and it filled the void. There existed no matter, only force, a movement, a vortex, or vibration of the purposeful thought that filled the void. And I questioned the Master, saying, was this thought eternal? And the dweller answered me, saying, in the beginning there was eternal thought, and for thought to be eternal, time must exist. So into the all-pervading thought grew the law of time. Time which exists through all space, floating in a smooth, rhythmic movement that is eternally in a state of fixation. Time changes not, but all things change in time. For time is the force that holds events separate, each in its own proper place. Time is not in motion, but we move through time as your consciousness moves from one event to another. Yes, my time yet exists all in all, an eternal one existence. Know ye that even though in the time ye are separate, yet still are one in all times existing. Then the voice of the dweller ceased, and departed I to ponder on time. For I knew that in these words lay wisdom, and a way to explore the mysteries of time. Often did I ponder the words of the dweller, that I sought to solve the mystery of time. I found that time moves through strange angles, yet only by curves could I hope to attain the key that would give me access to the space-time. Found I that only by moving upward, and yet again by moving to a right angle, could I be free from the time of the movement. Forth I came out of my body, moved in the movements that changed me in time. Strange were the sights I saw in my journey, many the mysteries that opened to view. I saw man's beginning, and learned from the past that nothing is new. Seek ye, O man, to learn the pathway that leads through the spaces that are formed forth in time. Forget not, O man, with all of thy seeking, that light is the goal you shall seek to attain. Search ye for the light on the pathway, and ever for you the goal shall endure. Let not your heart ever turn to darkness. Let light shine, and the soul shall be a sun on its way. Know ye that eternal brightness, yet that you shall ever find thy soul hid in light, never fettered by bondage or darkness, ever it shines forth a sun of the light. Yes, know though hidden in darkness, your soul, a spark of the true flame, exists. Be ye one with the greatest of all lights. Find at the source the end of thy goal. Light is life, for without the great light, nothing can ever exist. Know that in all formed matter, the heart of light always exists. Even though bound in the darkness, inherent life always exists. Once I stood in the halls of Amenti and heard the voice of the lords of Amenti, saying in tones that rang through the silence, words of power, mighty and potent. Chanted they the songs of the cycles, the words that open the path to beyond. I saw the great path open and looked for the instant into the beyond. I saw the movements of the cycles, vast as the thought of the source could convey. Knew I then even infinity is moving on to some unthinkable end. I saw that the cosmos is ordered and a part of movement that extends to all space, a party of an order of orders, constantly moving in a harmony of space. Saw I the wheeling of cycles, like vast circles across the sky. I knew then that all that has being is growing to meet yet another being in a far-off grouping of space and time. Knew I then that in words are power, to open the planes that are hidden from man. That even in words lies hidden the key that will open the above and the below. Hark ye now, man, this word I leave with thee. Use it, and ye shall find power in its sound. Say ye the word, Zen Uru, Zen Uru, Zen Uru, and power ye shall find. Yet must ye understand that man is of light, and light is of man. List ye, O man, and hear a mystery, stranger than all that lies beneath the sun. Know ye, O man, that all space is filled by worlds within worlds, one within the other, yet separate by law. Once in my search for the deep-buried wisdom, I opened the door that bars them from man. Called I from the other planes of being one who was fairer than the daughters of men. I called her from out of the spaces to shine as a light in the world of men. Used I the drum of the serpent, wore I the robe of the purple and gold. Placed on my head I the crown of silver. Around me the circle of cinnabar shone. Raised I my arms and cried the invocation that opens the path to the plains of beyond. Cried I to the lords of the signs in their houses, lords of the two horizons, watchers of the treble gates. Stand ye one at right and one at the left, as the star rises to its throne and rules over his side. I, thou dark prince of Arulu, open the gates of the dim hidden land and release her whom you keep in prison. Hear ye, dark lords and shining ones. Shining ones, yeah, we know you kind of right over here. And by their secret names, names which I know and can pronounce, hear ye and obey my will. Lit I then with flame my circle and called her in the space plains beyond. Daughter of light returned from Arulu. 7 times and 7 times have I passed through the fire. Food I have not eaten, water I have not drunk. I call thee from Arulu, from the realms of Ereshkigal. I summon thee, lady of night. Oh, there you go, Ereshkigal. That's Anunnaki. Those of you that were doubting the connection between Toph and the Anunnaki ever, but I heard people do. There you go. Then before me rose the dark figures, the figures of the lords of Arulu. Parted they before me, and forth came the lady of the light. Free was she now from the lords of the night, free to live in the light of the earth sun, free to live as a child of the light. Hear ye and listen, O my children. Magic is knowledge, and only is law. Be not afraid of the power within thee, for it follows law as the stars in the sky. No use to be without knowledge, wisdom is magic and not of the law. But to know ye that ever ye by your knowledge can approach closer to a place in the sun. Listen ye, my children, follow my teaching. Be ye ever seekers of light. Shine in the world of men all around you, a light on the path that shall shine among men. Follow ye and learn of my magic. Know that all is force. Know that all force is yours if you will. Fear not the path that leads to knowledge, but rather shun the dark road. Light is yours, O man, for the patient. Pass off the fetters and thou shalt be free. Know that your soul is living in bondage, fettered by fears that hold you in thrall. Open thy eyes and see the great sunlight. Be not afraid of all, for all is your own. Fear is the lord of the dark Arulu, to he who never faced the dark fear. Know that fear has an existence created by those who are bound by their fears. Shake off the bondage, O children, and walk in the light of the glorious day. Never turn your thoughts to the darkness, and surely you shall be one with the light. Man is only what he believeth, a brother of darkness or a child of the light. Come through into the light, my children. Walk in the pathway that leads to the sun. Hark ye now and listen to the wisdom. Use thou the word I have given unto thee. Use it, and surely thou shalt find power and wisdom, and light to walk in the way. Seek thee and find the key I have given, and ever shalt thou be a child of the light. That concludes tablet number 10 of the Emerald Tablets of Thoth. The next tablet will be tablet number 11, the key to above and below. And so that's what we'll pick up next time on the show. Yeah, man. But again, it's just amazing how much stuff makes sense of a lot of things you've already researched when you read these things. They started talking about Ereshkigal. I was like, oh yeah, he's calling on this, to the Sumerians, the ones who stayed behind our earth and became the ascended masters. Let's get into the Emerald Tablets of Thoth for you tonight. The key to above and below. Tablet number 11. Hear ye and listen ye, O children of Tem, to the words that I give that shall bring ye to the light. You know, O men, that I knew your fathers, your fathers in a long time ago. Deathless have I been throughout all the ages, living among you since your knowledge began. Leading you upward to the light of the great soul have I ever striven, drawing you from out of the darkness of night. Know you, O people amongst whom I walk, that I, Toph, have all of the knowledge, and all of the wisdom known to man since the ancient days. I'd be a little skeptical of anybody that says that, but hey, it's Toph. Maybe he does. Maybe he's an Anunnaki. Maybe he does. All the wisdom known to man. Yeah, I'd buy that. Not all the wisdom in the known universe. He's not making that kind of a big claim. Okay, fair enough. Well, maybe he does. Keeper have I been of the secrets of the great race, holder of the key that leads into life. Bringer up have I been to you, O my children, even from the darkness of the ancient days. Listen you now to the words of my wisdom. Listen you now to the message I bring. Hear you now the words I give you, and you shall be raised from the darkness to the light. Far in the past, when I first came to you, found I you in the caves of rocks. I lifted you by my power and wisdom, until you did shine as men among men. I found you without any knowing. Only a little were you raised beyond beasts. Fanned I ever the spark of your consciousness, until at last you flamed as men. Now shall I speak to your knowledge, ancient beyond the thought of the race. Know you that we of the great race had and have knowledge that is more than man's. Wisdom we gain from the star-born races. Wisdom and knowledge far beyond man. Down to us have descended the masters of wisdom, as far beyond us as I am from thee. Listen you now while I give you the wisdom. Use it, and you shall be free. Know that in the pyramid that I built are the keys that show all the way of life. Draw a line from the great image that I built. That would be the Sphinx. To the apex of the pyramid, built as a gateway. You guys taking notes on this? Get a pen. They haven't done this already. Sure they have, but we'll want to do it too. You got that pen yet? All right, just hold it right on. Okay, draw a line from the great image I builded, which is the Sphinx. Draw a line from the Sphinx to the apex of the pyramid built as a gateway. Draw another opposite line of the same angle and direction. Dig there and find that which I have hidden. You shall find the underground entrance to the secrets hidden before you were men. Now ye, I know the mystery of the cycles that move in movements that are strange to the finite. For infinite are they beyond knowledge of man. Know ye that there are 9 of the cycles, 9 above and 14 below, moving in harmony to the place of joining that shall exist in the future time. Know you that the lords of the cycles are units of consciousness sent from the others to unify this with the all. Highest are they of the consciousnesses of all the cycles working in harmony with the law. Know that they in time will all be perfected, having none above and none below, but all one in a perfected infinity, a harmony of all in the oneness of all. Deep beneath the earth's surface in the halls of Lindsay sits the 7, the lords of the cycles. I and another, the Lord from below. Yet know thee that in infinity there is neither above nor below. Whatever there is and ever shall be, oneness of all when it is all complete. Often have I stood before the lords of the all, often at the front of their wisdom, and have drunken and filled both my body and soul with their light. Spoke they to me and told me of the cycles, and the law that gives them the means to exist. I spake to the great Lord of 9, saying, O Toph, great are you among earth children, but mysteries exist of which you know not. You know that you came from a space-time below, space-time below this, and you know that ye shall travel to a space-time beyond. But little you know of the mysteries within them. Little you know of the wisdom beyond. Know you that you as a whole in this consciousness are only a cell in the process of growth. The consciousness below thee is ever expanding in different ways from those known to you. Though in space-time below you is ever growing in ways that are different from those that were a part of the ways of your own. Know that it grows as a result of your growth, but not in the same way that thou didst grow. The growth that thou had and have in the present have brought into being a cause and effect. No consciousness follows the path of those before it, else all would be repetition and in vain. Each consciousness in the cycle it exists in follows its own path to the ultimate goal. Each plays its part in the plan of the cosmos. Each plays its part in the ultimate end. The farther the cycle, the greater its knowledge and ability to blend the law of the whole. Know you that in the cycles below us are working the minor parts of the law, while we of the cycle that extends to infinity take care of the striving and build the greater law. Each of his own part to play in the cycle, each has his own work to complete in his way. The cycle below you is not yet below thee, but only formed for a need that exists. For know that you that in the fountain of wisdom that sends forth the cycles is eternally seeking new powers to gain. You know that knowledge is gained only by practice, and wisdom comes forth only from knowledge. And thus are the cycles created by law. Means are they for gaining of knowledge, for the plane of law that is the source of all. The cycle below is not truly below, but only different in space and in time. The consciousness there is working, that is working there, are testing lesser things than those that you are. And know just as you are working on a greater, so above you there are those who are working as ye on yet other laws. He's talking about different dimensions. The difference that exists between the cycles is only the ability to work within the law. We who have been in cycles beyond thee are those who first came forth from the source and have been the passer through time and space, gained the ability to use the laws of the greater that is far beyond the conception of man. Nothing there is that is really below thee, but only the different operation of law. Look thee above or below you. The same shall you find, for all is a part of the oneness that is at the source of the law. The consciousness below thee is part your own and is a part of their own as we are a part of yours. Ye as a child hath not the knowledge that came to you when you became a man. Compare you the cycles to man and his journey from birth unto death, and see in the cycle below thee the child, with the knowledge he has. And see yourself as the child grown older, advancing in knowledge as time passes on. See ye we also the child grow into manhood, with the knowledge and wisdom that came with the years. So also, O Ta, are the cycles of consciousness, children in different stages of growth, yet all from the one source, the wisdom, and all to the wisdom returning again. Cease then you from speaking, and sat in the silence that comes to the Lord. When again spoke he unto me, saying, O Ta, long have we sat in mercy, guarding the flame of life in the hall. Yet, no, we are still a part of our cycle, with our vision reaching unto them and beyond them. I know we that of all, nothing else matters except the growth we can gain with our soul. Know we that the flesh is fleeting. The things men count great are nothing to us. The things we seek are not of the body, but are only the perfected state of the soul. When ye have been to learn that nothing but progress of the soul can count in the end, then truly ye are free from all bondage, free to the work and the harmony of the law. That's absolutely true. You have to know,
Double plasma.
as soon as you
open
know that this is
flower.
that this is all an illusion. And you have to do the best that you can in this illusion so that your soul can grow
Energy
and
moving
become
through
something greater in another
matter.
dimension after it's done here. You're just going to be spinning your wheels.
In a pipe.
Know, man, that you should aim at perfection, for only thus can you attain.
I love that shit.
Then you should know that nothing is perfect, yet it should be the aim and goal. So, even though nothing is perfect, you should always shoot for perfection, perfection of the soul, and that comes through perfection of the soul, comes through enlightenment and all this other stuff. Ceased again the voice of the nine, and into my consciousness the words had sunk. Now seek I ever more wisdom, that I may be perfected in the law with the all. Soon I go down to the halls of Amenti, to live beneath the cold flower of life. Ye whom I have taught shall never more see me, yet live I forever in the wisdom I taught. All that man is because of wisdom. All that he shall be is the result of his cause. Listen ye now to my voice, and become greater than common man. Lift your eyes upward. Let light fill your being. Be thou ever children of light. Only by effort shall you grow upward, the plane where the light is the all of the all. Be you the master of all that surrounds you. Never be mastered by the effects of your life. Create more than ever perfect causes, and in time thou shalt be a son of the light. Let your soul soar free ever upward, free from the bondage of the fetters of night. Lift your eye to the sun in the sky space. For you, let it be a symbol of light. Know that you are the greater light, perfect in your own sphere, when you are free. Look not ever into the blackness. Lift up your eyes to the space above. Free, let your light flame upward, and you shall be called a child of the night. The law of cause and effect will be our next part that we'll be getting into. Tablet, that'll be tablet 13, or tablet 12 rather. The law of cause and effect, we'll get into that next time on the broadcast. Yeah, good stuff there in multiple dimensions and really talking about the need to grow in different incarnations so that you can attain different experiences in higher and higher realms. That's really, I think, what we're all here for. The different dimensions exist of different planes of reality that we get, we go through levels of. Emerald Talents of Thoth, number 12, the law of cause and effect, the key of prophecy. Listen, you, O man, to the words of my wisdom. Listen to the voice of Thoth, the Atlantean. Conquered have I the law of time and space. Knowledge have I gained of the future of time. Know I that man in his movement through space-time shall ever be one with the all. Know ye, O man, that all of the future is an open book to him who can read. All effect shall bring forth its causes, as all effects grew from the first cause. Know you that the future is not fixed or stable, but varies as cause brings forth an effect. Look in the cause, and thou shalt bring into being, and thou shalt surely see that all is effect. So, O man, be sure that the effects that you bring forth are ever causes of more perfect effects. Know that the future is never in fixation, but follows man's free will as it moves through the movements of time-space toward the goal where a new time begins. You just put free will there by Rush, and I haven't read that. That's pretty interesting. I'm going to read that again. That was some good stuff. So, O man, be sure that the effects that you bring forth are ever causes of more perfect effects. I like that. Know you that the future is never in fixation, but follows man's free will as it moves through the movements of time space towards the goal where a new time begins. Man can only read the future through the causes that bring the effects. Seek you within the causation, and surely you shall find the effects. Listen, O man, while I speak of the future, speak of the effect that follows the cause. Know you that man in his journey lightward is ever seeking escape from the night that surrounds him, like the shadows that surround the stars in the sky. And like the stars in the sky space lie too, shall shine from the shadows of night. He too, rather, shall shine from the shadows of night. Ever his destiny shall lead him onward, until he is one with the light. Aye, through his way lies midst the shadows. Ever before him glows the great light, dark through the way, but yet shall he conquer the shadows that flow around him like night. Far in the future I see man as light-born, free from the darkness that fetters the soul, living in light without the bounds of the darkness to cover the light that is the light of their soul. Know you, O man, before you attain this, that many of the dark shadows shall fall on your life, striving to quench with the shadows of darkness the light of the soul that strives to be free. Great is the struggle between light and darkness, age old and yet ever new. Yet know in time, far in the future, light shall be all, and darkness shall fall. Listen, O man, to my words of wisdom. Prepare, and you shall not blind your light. Man has risen, and man has fallen, as ever new waves of consciousness flow from the great abyss below us towards the sun of their goal. Yes, my children have risen from a state that was little above the beast, until now of all men ye are greatest. Yet before thee there were others, greater than me. Yet shall I be as before, the others have fallen, and so also shall you come to an end. And upon the land where you now dwell, barbarians shall dwell, and in turn rise to light. Forgotten shall be the ancient wisdom, yet ever shall it live through the hidden, though hidden from men. I in the land thou callest Chem. Races shall rise, and races shall fall. Forgotten shalt thou be of the children of men. Yet thou shalt have moved to a star space. Beyond this leaving, beyond this place where thou hast dwelt, the soul of man moves ever onward, bound not by any one star, but ever moving to the great goal before him, where he is dissolved in the light of the all. Know you that you shall ever go onward, moved by the law of cause and effect, until in the end both become one. This is talking about returning to the Creator, returning to the source. I, man, after ye have gone, others shall move in the place where you live. Knowledge and wisdom shall all be forgotten, and only the memory of gods shall survive. As I to thee am a god by my knowledge, so you too shall be gods of the future, because of your knowledge far above theirs. Yet know you that all through the ages, man shall have access to law when he will. Ages to come shall see revival of wisdom to those who shall inherit thy place on this star. They shall in turn come into wisdom and learn to banish the darkness by light. Yet greatly must they strive through the ages to bring into themselves the freedom of the light. Then there shall come unto man the great warfare, that shall make the earth tremble and shake its course. Aye, then shall the dark brothers open the warfare between light and the night. When man again shall conquer the ocean and fly in the air on wings like the birds, implying that he once all had the ability to fly. When he has learned to harness the lightning, then it shall be time for the warfare to begin. Great shall the battle be twixt the forces, great the warfare of darkness and light. Nation shall rise against nation, using the dark forces to shatter the earth. Weapons of force shall wipe out the earth man, until half of the races of men shall be gone. Then shall come forth the sons of the morning, and give their meat to the children of men, saying, O man, cease from thy striving against thy brother. Only thus can you come to the light. Cease from thy unbelief, O my brother, and follow the path, and you know are right. Then shall man cease from their striving, brother against brother and father against son. Then shall the ancient home of my people rise. Its place beneath the dark ocean wave. Man, it's going to rise, huh? That's nice to know. Well, it'll be all right. That won't be wiped out to see it, though, right? I don't like the sound of this. It sounds like a threat. Then shall the age of light be unfolded, with all men seeking the light of the gold. Then shall the brothers of light rule the people. Banished shall be the darkness of night. Well, the sun worshippers are going to take over. Is that what they're saying here? Yeah, I don't know if I like the sound of this. To me, sounds like they,
Twisted.
Yeah, we're aliens. Yeah, we see the Jew. And by the way, we're coming back and we're going to run shit again. I don't know if I like that. That whole edict of be careful of, the regime, the tyrannical regime that you kick out. 99% of the time, you get the budget that you work and what you're kicking out. Man. I, the children of men, shall progress onward and upward to the great goal. Children of light they shall become. Flame of the flame shall their souls ever be. Knowledge and wisdom shall be man, to the great age, for he shall approach the eternal flame, the source of all wisdom, the place of beginning, that is yet one with the end of all things. Aye, in a time that is yet unborn, all shall be one, and one shall be all. Man, a perfect flame of this cosmos, shall move forward to the place of the stars. I shall move even from out of this space-time into another, beyond the stars. Long have you listened to me, O my children. Long have you listened to the wisdom of God. Now I depart from you into darkness. Now go I into the halls of nature, there to dwell in the future, when light shall come again to man.
Nice.
Yet know ye, my spirit shall ever be with thee, guiding thy feet in the pathway of life. Guard me the secret I leave with thee, and surely my spirit will guard you through life. Keep your eyes ever on the pathway to wisdom. Keep the light as your goal evermore. Fetter not your soul in bondage of darkness. Free let it be in its flight to the stars. Now I depart thee to dwell in the empty. Lead out my children in this life and in the next. The time will come when ye too shall be blessed, living from age to age, in life among men. Guard ye the entrance to the halls of an empty. Guard ye the secrets I have hidden among you. Let not the wisdom be cast to barbarians. Secret shall thou keep it for those who seek light. Now I depart. Receive thou my blessing. Take thou my way and follow the light. Learn thou your soul in the great essence. One with the great light, with your consciousness be. Call on me whenever you need me. Use my name 3 times in a row. Look at that. RLA barometer, just like fucking you. That's always nice. Look at fucking doing 3 times in a row. That doesn't matter. Let's have no time. Yeah. Good stuff, man. I mean, I'm really glad about it. You want to have all of what they're going to do in this. Valion, Grayson, like so I'll check that out. And, it's definitely on my list of things to read next. So, but I'm always open to suggestions. VogelRealityShow@gmail.com. It's VogelRealityShow@gmail.com.
Fox. Yeah, I ain't
Feel free to
doing
send me
the
anything
same
anytime. Book
I'm
suggestions.
going to bed.
If you've got questions you want me to read here on air on the show,
Oh,
those are
I know I've only been on here like 3 hours, but I mean, honestly, I worked all day. I did pull points. I got plugs ready for making stuff tomorrow. I got a new tank, so I just wanted to get a couple things done. I didn't even plan on doing that. I just wanted to get that done. I worked hot all day, but I got ready for tomorrow because I want to make a bunch of hand pipes and these cats. This is going to be a Vortex marble with dichro in it. And these, I'm not sure, but they're probably going to end up as one marble. Just haven't decided what yet. This might end up, nah, it might. Well, this is going to be a Vortex, so I'm going to leave it as a Vortex. But it might get a combination of something else in there too, just to. Again, I don't want nice. I say, I'll do it. No, I told her, I said, those are old school. I said, I didn't know you didn't have anybody doing no old school for you. She goes, nobody does old school. And I was like, oh, so you come to the old guy. I see. Hey there, Elliot. Good morning. Glad to see you made it back. Are you going to bed, Miss Raymond? Yeah, I'm fixing to here pretty soon myself. I gotta get to bed because I end up waking up about 7:30 every morning, anyways. So when I leave here at 2:30 last night, I didn't make it to bed till about 4. Got up about 7:30. I've been drinking coffee ever since. Speaking of which, I brought a special treat. No coffee for me. A little bit of Calypso rum. That wasn't even chilled. Oh, spicy. I love it. So yeah, I got a little bit of stuff done today. I was just in a hurry. I didn't go live. I wanted to get some shit done. I wanted to get my prep work done, and that pretty much requires me just flame on, not talking anyways. So I figured I'd catch you tonight, which we did for about 2 hours, sat and chatted. I got a couple of pipes done too, but I wanted to get my placard done because I wanted to mail that off today, and I got to looking at them, final inspection for cracks and shit, and just thank God I noticed. I was like, oh my God. On the one, I got it perfect. But on the other one, instead of her first initial, I put her middle initial. For some fucking reason. I have no idea why. Or not her first, but her last. Instead of her last name, I put her middle initial. I don't know what the fuck I was thinking. But it's in glass, so I had to do it again. And I'm gonna get that off in the mail tomorrow morning. I told her about it today, took her a picture. I said, look what I did. So I keep telling you, I'm a fucktard. Yeah, I don't know how in the hell I did that. I was even looking at the other one when I'm sitting there making it. No, I had no idea how the fuck I did that. I don't know. I don't know what I was thinking. You know, obviously I wasn't thinking about what I was doing anyways. Because ended up I had the wrong damn initials on my right side placard, so I had to do the right side placard over again. But I'm actually kind of anxious. I want to see if it. I don't know if she'll try it, but she'll probably try it. I want to see if it shows up on an X-ray. I'm curious if it has enough metal to do that. I think it might. Well, I don't know. There's just trace elements. We'll see, right? We'll see. That's always better than speculating. We'll get to actually know if a glass color shows up on an X-ray or not. Oh, here you go. This is some good information. This actually helped straighten out your energy a little bit. I don't know if I do all his chants though. He's talking Anunnaki shit, but this is physics, energy flow.
Now art alive in thy own form. The flower of life is as thine own place of spirit, as your own place of spirit, and it streams through the earth as you flow through your form.
It's your
Giving
magnet.
of life.
Talk about your
And
magnet.
its children, renewing the spirit from form unto form. This is the spirit that is form of thy body, shaping and molding into its form. Know you, O man, that thy form is dual, balanced in polarity while formed in its form. Know that when fast on thee death approaches, it is only because thy balance is shaken. It is only because one pole has been lost. Know that the secret of life in Amenti is the secret of restoring the balance of poles. All that exists has form and is living because of the spirit of life in its poles. See you not that in earth's heart is the balance of all things that exist and have being on the face of the earth? The source of thy spirit is drawn from earth's heart. For in thy form thou art one with the earth.
Very much so.
When you have learned to hold your own balance,
In frequency and form.
then you shall draw
Both.
on the balance of the earth. You shall then exist while earth is existing, changing in form only when earth too shall change. Tasting not of death, but of oneness with this planet, holding your form until all things pass away. Listen, O man, while I give the secret, so that you too shall not taste of change. 1 hour each day you shall lie with your head pointed to the place of the positive pole, north. 1 hour each day your head shall be pointed to the place of the negative pole, south. While your head is placed to the northward, hold your consciousness from the chest to the head. And when your head is placed southward, hold your thought from your chest to your feet. Hold you in balance once in each 7, and your balance will retain the whole of its strength. If you be old, then the body will freshen, and the strength will become yours as of a youth. This is the secret known to the masters, by which they hold off the fingers of death.
There's an easier process.
Neglect not to follow the path that I have shown.
South got it wrong.
For when you have passed beyond years to 100, to neglect, it will mean the coming of death. Hear you my words and follow the pathway. Keep thou thy balance and live on in life. Hear ye, O man, and listen to my voice. Listen to the wisdom that gives thee of death. When at the end of thy appointed work, thou may desire to pass from this life. Pass to the plain where the sons of the morning live and have become children of the light. Pass without pain and pass without sorrow into the plain where there is eternal light. First, lie at rest with your head to the eastward. Fold your hands at the source of the life, the solar plexus.
Mm-hmm.
Place your consciousness in the life seat. Whirl it and divide it to north and to south. Send thou the one out toward the northward. Send thou the other out to the south. Relax thou their hold upon thy being. Forth from thy form will thy silver spark fly, upward and onward to the sun of the morning, bleeding with light at once with its source. There it shall flame till desire shall be created, then shall return to a place and a form. Know you, O men, that thus pass the great souls, changing at will from life unto life.
Shedding skin.
Thus ever passes the avatar, willing his death as he wills his own life. Listen, O man, drink of my wisdom. Learn you the secret that is the master of time.
It's pretty tight.
Learn you how those that you call master are
Kinda
able
glad it
to
broke.
remember their lives of the past. Great is the secret, yet easy to master. Giving to thee the mastery of time, when upon you death fast approaches, fear not, but know that you are a master of death. Relax the body. Resist not with tension. Place in thy heart the flame of your soul. Swiftly, then sweep it to the seat of the triangle. Hold for a moment, then move to the goal. This, your goal, is the place between your eyebrows, your pineal gland. The place where the memory of life must hold sway. Hold thou your flame here in the brain seat until the fingers of death grasp your soul. Then, as you pass through the state of transition, surely the memories of life shall pass too. Then shall the past be as one with the present. Then shall the memory of all be retained.
Mm-hmm.
For you shall be free from all
You get cured from
retrogression.
your amnesia. It's like,
The
fuck!
things of the past shall live in today.
Gotta forget that.
Powerful stuff there. Wow.
Shit, that's
I
good
think we might
stuff.
be almost done with this. Pretty close.
I gotta go
Next
turn
one
off
is,
my
it's
oxygen.
tablet
I'm
14
not using it.
supplementary. We'll get into that next time on the broadcast. Wow. Yeah, so I guess there we just learned how to basically keep ourselves from aging by laying facing the north and the south. Wow. Yeah. Yeah, definitely make a note of that one. I think we all need to go back and re-listen to that, including me. Take notes on that one. Shit. Sounded like some deep info right there. I love it, man. I really enjoyed that. I really enjoy reading this stuff with you guys. Listen ye, O man, to the deep hidden wisdom. Listen to the world since the time of the dwellers, lost and forgotten by men of this age. This is the supplementary, by the way. And we'll tell at the top. Know you that this earth is but a portal, guarded by powers unknown to man. Yet the dark lords hide in the entrance that leads to the heaven-born land. Know you that the way to the sphere of Arulu is guarded by barriers opened only to light-born man. Upon earth, I am the holder of the keys to the gates of the sacred land. Command I by the powers beyond me to leave the keys to the world of man. Before I depart, I give you the secrets of how you may rise from the bondage of darkness. The bondage of darkness, from what I understand of this, is the soul being trapped in the material body. That's what the darkness is. Is our soul is shadowed and kept in darkness by the body that entraps it. Know you that the soul must be cleansed of its darkness before you may enter the portals of light. Thus I establish among you the mysteries, so that the secrets may always be found. I, though man may fall into
I'll leave
darkness,
my liquor down here for
always the
tomorrow.
light will shine as a guide.
I'm fixing to go to bed.
Hidden in darkness, veiled in symbols, always the way to the portal will be found.
We'll be doing this early tomorrow.
Man in the
At least
future
I
will
will.
deny the mysteries,
I'll probably go live
but always
tomorrow.
the way the seeker will
First
find.
kill me.
Now I command you to maintain my
Like I
secrets,
said, I just wanted to get it all
giving only to those that you
fucking
have tested,
prepped out today.
so that the pure may not be
You know,
corrupted,
I get a lot more done
So
when
the
I'm not
power
sitting
of
around
truth
talking.
may
Imagine
prevail. To the
It's just-
unveiling of
That's the
mystery,
laws of physics. Is
listen to the symbols of mystery that I give. Make of it a religion, for only thus will its essence remain.
they did, Jesus.
Regions there are
Let me
two
talk.
between this.
All right, y'all. Have a good night. We'll see you tomorrow. Keep them magnets calm.